Ramifications at both ends of the championship table, with Sunderland chasing the automatic promotion places and Hull looking to pull themselves clear of the bottom three. So much at stake here on Talksport 2. Sit back and enjoy all the drama the EFL Championship brings in the company of Chris Owellamo and Mark Wilson.
Cheers, Faye. Great atmosphere here at the Stadium of Light. Two teams out onto the field, the red and white stripes of Sunderland and the black and gold of Hull. Sunderland, who were so close to getting a great result down at Ellen Road on Monday, live on Talksport. They were just pipped late on by Leeds, 8 points off the top two, but a chance to close the gap if they can get the job done today. They're unchanged from that defeat late on at Ellen Road. Anthony Patterson, the goalkeeper, Sirkin, O'Nien, Ballard and Hume, the back four. It's Bellingham and Neil holding, with Lefay, Rigg and Roberts behind Wilson Isidore, who leads the line. For Hull, well, they've got plenty of attacking threat, that is for sure, but can they keep Sunderland at bay at the other end? Ivor Pandor is the goalkeeper, Coyle, Hughes, Jones and McLaughlin the back four, Elzate and Matazu in midfield, with Gelhardt, Crooks and Barry behind Kyle Joseph, who's yet to register, having joined from Blackpool in the January window. Conditions are perfect here, the atmosphere is excellent as well. Chris Owellamo alongside me. I'm expecting goals, Chris, are you?
Yeah, definitely. You know, you look at the quality of both sides, especially in that attacking third. There's going to be opportunities, so yeah, it's just about the players taking responsibility and being clinical on the day. You know, I think both teams have clear identities, albeit I do believe Ruben Selles will maybe tweak it a little bit. He can't expect he's going to have a lot his own way today, but he's definitely got the quality and experience in his side that they can go and cause Sunderland some problems.
Does it suit Hull that they're away from home? Well, you mentioned they've picked up some big results, notably that 3-0 win at Bramall Lane. They can go to the big teams and play. We know they can play. Is the pressure off them a little bit today?
Well, I don't think the pressure's off them for the fact of the league position. So but they've got to use that in the right way. They can't be nervous. You know, they've got to be confident when they're away from the points that they've been picking up. But like you say, it's down to the manager to create that environment, but the players have got leaders. I love the fact that they're going at each other after the draw against Norwich, because it's not good enough. You know, they know the position they're in.
Sunderland will attack from left to right, as they like to do here at the Stadium of Light in the first 45 minutes. The Hull fans are perched up high away behind the goal away to our left. We can't see them, we're right at the back of the stand here, but we are set for the action to start at the Stadium of Light. What a start to Game Day Live on the Talksport network. Still to come, we've got live and exclusive commentary at 3 o'clock of Ipswich against Spurs. Faye will take you through that one with Ian Dancher and Courtney Sweetman-Kirk. All the goals as they go in over on Talksport, and right now live and exclusive Premier League commentary of Everton against Manchester United. If you've got the Talksport app, you know what to do. You can swipe left and right between the two stations, and you'll need that app as well. Midweek, all 10 Premier League fixtures are live and exclusive on the Talksport network. A busy week. Hope you're having a good weekend wherever you are. Can Sunderland close the gap on the top two, who will play live on Talksport 2 on Monday night? Or will Hull City give themselves a bit of breathing space? It's Hull who will kick us off here at the Stadium of Light. Conditions are perfect, and Hull will quickly launch the ball forward, and it's cleared away at the back by O'Nien over the halfway line. Isidore will lead the line. He's got his left wrist heavily bandaged. There's a bit of a coming together on the edge of the centre circle, and now forward will go Roberts, just inside his own half, and already the Tigers are getting about the Sunderland defence and trying to get a footing early on here.
Well, I'm just looking at there. I think Matt Crooks is a great outlet, isn't he?
Well, here's Roberts going the other way. He's instantly closed down, and a nice little bit of skill by McLaughlin on this near side. The ball sliced out of play though, and Ruben Selles will just watch as it bounces over into the dugout behind him. Regis Lebris will act as ball boy. He will get it back in play. Sunderland will want to get off to a positive start here, but I think what we've got is two teams full of attacking prowess. I guess it's just a question of who will be allowed to play more of the footballers. Sunderland will get a free kick over on the far side on halfway.
Well, what we're seeing at the minute, obviously Sunderland with the ball, that whole defensive unit trying to stay high, allowing the midfield and the attacking unit to go and press and really put the pressure on, and that's what you want to see, that competitive nature from both sides, but they have to earn the right to play the way that they want and get a foothold in this game.
Ball out on the Sunderland right as they look to switch play. Here is Roberts, cuts in off the right touchline onto his left foot. He'll just roll it into the centre circle, invites Luke O'Nien to come forward. He'll spread it out wide on the far side. Ball fed in here, and a chance for Bellingham, edge of the box, gets it back to Lafay, pulls the ball back to the penalty spot area, fall to Roberts, shot is blocked, and it's hooked away by Crooks. Anywhere will do, but that's what Sunderland can do. They like to use the width, and it worked well there.
Yeah, excellent quality, getting down that left hand side, a little cut back as well. And was it Chris Rigg, was it, that just pulled into the space and got the shot away? But excellent block. But it just shows you, no matter how that defensive unit is, how compact that they are, Sunderland definitely have the quality. Players that are direct, but it's all about end product for me, Mark.
Yeah, it is. And so Lafay just rather turned himself inside out there and overran the ball, and it's out for a throw-in over on the far side. Deep inside the whole half, they've got a throw-in in their right-back position.
But his quality, isn't he? You just see on another level, isn't he, Lafay? Just his positions, but his quality on the ball, his vision, and then obviously his execution as well.
Yeah, we've seen Hull try and play out from the back, and they've lost possession, but in the end they did well there. Matazo wins it, and then Coyle wins a 50-50, but in goes another crunching challenge. Signs are this is going to be a blood and thunder match. It's not quite a derby, but there's not too much between them, and there's certainly no clubs in between them on the map, so it is a bit of a local affair as Hughes at the back, playing for the first time since December. Welcome return in the heart of that Hull defence for Ruben Selles, and he will get the ball away over on the far side to Jones, who will come forward, and now it's Hull's turn to have a bit of possession, but again Sunderland are in and amongst them, and there's not really any space at the moment, Chris. They're getting stuck into each other early on.
No, they are, especially in the midfield. I've got to say, Matazo's seen a lot of the ball, looked really tidy on it. Sirkin, you know what you're going to get on that left hand side. He knows when to go and press, when to go and really put a lot of pressure.
Hume just guides the ball back to Patterson, who's all in black today. Away to the left, away to our right, all in sky blue is Ivor Pando. Ball into the heart of the midfield is given away though by Rigg, and the ball there into the centre forward position for Crooks was just overhit. That was half a chance there for Hull. Massive chance,
I think he had a lot of room for error as well there. Gelhardt, he just didn't have to put as much pace on the ball. Crooks was already alive to it on the front foot.
Yeah, it's interesting that they've got this new look attacking lineup. Hull, certainly Sellers has been backed in the transfer window. They've brought in the likes of Matt Crooks, Carl Joseph, Joe Gelhardt and Louis Barry. So they have recruited well, but can they turn promise into goals? 0-0 if you just joined us, approaching 5 gone here at the Stadium of Light that's bathed in sunshine. Lovely day up here in the northeast, as Neil has it on the half turn on halfway, looks to work the ball across, and here now he brings into play Ballard. He gets it out wide. Hume feeds it forward, and a crunching tackle goes in there from Matazo, but it's at the expense of a corner. Slid in about 25 yards out from his own goal, and he's put it behind for a corner.
Yeah, I don't think it's a needless challenge. Go and stay on your feet, go and put pressure, but through Hume, he has a picture before he receives the ball, just opens out, fires it in to likes of Roberts there.
Short corner here, sorry Chris, here is Roberts on the edge of the box, 25 yards out, he'll square it here, a chance for Rigg, shot blocked now. Hull will look to launch a counter, they'll get it away on this near side, but that's good tracking back, really good from Enzo Lafay, who nicked the ball back on halfway, and back comes Sunderland again.
It's just quality, isn't it, with and without the ball. Selfless for the team, knows his defensive duties as well.
Sunderland have it back nearer the halfway line. Here is Dan Neal, will look to switch play to Trey Hume on this near side. 0-0 here. Ball put at risk and lost, and now Matazo will come forward. He drives forward. Crooks goes directly through the middle. They'll just try and feed the ball, but again Roberts this time is tracking back, and Sunderland win it back. Then there's a coming together on halfway. Rigg will win a 50-50. He gets it to Bellingham. He feeds it wide to Lafay. Such an open start to the game here live on Talksport 2. Sunderland on the attack. Here's Bellingham 25 yards out. Little drop of the shoulder. Gets it onto his right foot. Shoots. Shot blocked. And it's cleared away from goal by Hull, who will once again look to counter-attack here. There's a chance for Joseph, although he's surrounded by red and white shirts. He carries the ball over the halfway line. Good hold-up. Really good hold-up play there from the centre forward, but good tracking back by Sunderland. Good football all round.
Yeah, fantastic. I want to say both teams really impressing me at the minute. Sunderland using the ball well, being expansive in possession as well. They are overcommitting, but they're having a little bit of joy. Hull City are sitting in, they are playing counter-attack football, and just that final pass has probably let them down. Matt Crooks has had the opportunity to break through the centre of both centre-backs, because they're usually leaving two back more often than not, Sunderland, but just that final pass has let Hull down.
Yeah, it has. There's a ball cannons off a defender there. Hume and Ballard got in each other's way, but crucially they get the ball out of play for a throw-in just over the halfway line. I think that probably the difference at the moment, I would like to say, in the counter-attacking football, I think Sunderland will be a little bit more direct when they get the chance to break. As you mentioned, Hull just been a little bit reticent to put the ball forward quickly.
Yeah, but they've had opportunity in it, and it's blatantly on, isn't it? You know, I think Matazzo's had an opportunity where he could fire it on the halfway line and put Crooks through. Yale had that opportunity as well when Sunderland were caught in possession in their defensive third, but you've got to capitalise on that. You set the traps in that transition. Hull have to just improve a little bit. Sunderland, like you say, are using the ball very well, always got options, and it's end product coming into the box. I think Bellingham with the opportunity, great block defensively as well.
It was interesting there, just watching Hull as they had the ball just inside their own half. Louis Coyle had advanced really far downfield, but they opted not to go to him, and in the end they concede a throw-in and Sunderland have it back. 09 has it at the back. 0-0 here. We'll keep you up to date with any goals over on Talksport. Beautiful turn, Isidore. Now a chance to break. Gets the ball in the centre circle. He could play it wide to Roberts. He plays it wide. He's pushed him to the byline. Roberts crosses blocked. They're appealing for handball. Referee waves it away. And it's Alzate who will clear it there. Well, Isidore's initial touch was magnificent, but the ball has been won back here by Roberts. Hull appealing for a foul. Here's Rigg, edge of the penalty area. Can he find a teammate? Finds Bellingham under pressure. He'll get the ball away. Nice pass, O'Nien. Finds Sirkin wide on that left-hand side. Lefay goes across to help him out and gets the ball now. Can't weave past two defenders. Tries to win it back, though, and he wins the initial tackle. And Hull, I think, just need to clear the ball here. They're trying to play in too tight an area. And credit to them, they work the ball out on the near side, but they're not really going anywhere at the moment. Now they'll go long as O'Nien just shields his eyes from the sun. But at the minute, Sunderland the better footballing team, I think. Excellent
pressure without the ball, isn't it? All started with Lefay, you know, the Trey Hume, you know, that's what you want. Everyone on the front foot trying to anticipate it, but really stopping Hull from playing, and then end up they have to go long. O'Nien wins that, but it's Sunderland that's picking up the second balls.
It is. Here's a chance now to put the cross in from that left-hand side. Arriving was Rigg, couldn't get the header on it. Won't fall for Roberts initially. There's a real battle going on at the far post, and the referee will deem that was a foul. But another chance, more width to the play from Sunderland. Just go back to that Isidore turn on halfway, Chris. I think he'll be delighted with the first touch, just over hit the pass to Roberts, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't think he had to pass it to Roberts. I think take another touch towards the defender. As soon as you commit the defender, pull him out of that space, that's when you can release Roberts, and then Roberts can actually bring it into the box and maybe get an opportunity himself there. Just a little bit too much pace on it, wasn't it? Right to the touchline.
Yeah, he didn't, as you said, he didn't quite draw the last man, did he? And that allowed the defender just to hold off, and it's still 0-0 here, 10 minutes on the clock. Mark Wilson, the former Scotland striker, Chris Owellamo here at the Stadium of Light as Crooks has it in the final third, but he loses out. Just seems at the moment there are more red and white shirts everywhere the ball goes than there are gold ones. And now advancing forward here, down that far side goes Sunderland again, looking to lay the ball back. And here is Lefay now. He's got Sirkin with him. Get it sit back to Bellingham. And he will feed it back to Dan Ballard. And he has it on the centre circle. Finds Roberts wide on the right. Looks to cut back. Nice turn there. Here's a chance now for Trey Hume into the edge of the area. Drives it across goal. It'll fall edge of the box. Bellingham just wanted too long. In the D edge of the area. If he hits that first time, he's got a clear shot. Now the break could be on going the other way. It's Louis Barry who skips over the halfway line. Plenty of Tigers with him in support. One of those is Crooks. He's in on goal. He's opted to square from inside the penalty area. Why on earth did he not shoot? He's 12 yards out. Chris Owellamo, explain to me why Matt Crooks has not had a shot at goal.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. You know, you're looking at that fantastic ball from Louis Barry as well. Kel Joseph is taking the defenders away. He's got great first touch as well. I don't know why he's done a lot reverse. He's basically 19 yards just outside the box. He's got to just take the shot on, hasn't he? And that's the question there. Look, he's looking to the sky now. He's apologised to the team, but that's a fantastic counter-attack as well from when Bellingham just has to take it first time. You called it in your commentary, Mark.
Well, it is. Barry again, edge of the penalty area. Hull have won it back. Here's a chance now. Big chance on the penalty spot, cleared away by Sirkin. Just for a moment, Hull getting on top here. But Crooks there. And look, we know he scores goals. He scores goals at Middlesbrough. He's got to shoot there.
He's also a team player, Matt. He's also a team player, and Kyle Joseph hasn't opened his account yet. But you've got to be selfish in those moments.
Yeah. I think he's passed the buck rather than being a team player.
Even if you took the touch into the box, you're still getting a shot away at goal.
He's one-on-one with the keeper and he's passed.
He passed it.
I cannot believe what I've just seen. It's still 0-0. I'll tell you what, I think if you put him in that position again, he would shoot every single time. But more positives for Hull in the last couple of minutes as now they feed the ball towards Joseph. It's headed away at the far post, and Sunderland with Rigg will punt the ball in the air. Can Rigg win the header off his own clearance? He's battling with Alzate. He's gone down clutching the back of his head, Rigg. Referee was right there, and eventually will stop play here. Well, no, he's just had a look at Rigg and said, let's get on with it. So the ball comes back in field. Hull have it just over halfway. Skipping across the field. They'll feed it out on this near side to Sean McLaughlin, who's playing at left back today. He gets it to Alzate and looks to go back to that right-hand side. It remains 0-0 here at the Stadium of Light, but a real lively opening at both ends of the field. Just possibly that bit of quality in the final third, preventing us from having any early goals as yet. But Hull enjoying a good spell of possession here. And now there's a chance for Gelhardt, who's popped up on the left-hand side. Pushed wide of the penalty area. He tried to find a teammate and in the end did. Good work there from Barry. Really good work. And now there's a chance for Matazo to turn around and bring Hull forward. This is better from Hull.
Yeah, fantastic from Hull. I don't think Barry will be too happy with the ball from Gelhardt there. He took a real sore one on the right ankle as well. But he kept it alive. Hull have used the ball really, really well. But yeah, it's better, isn't it? Gelhardt, he's got that intelligence to drift in. Kyle Joseph playing as a pair at the minute.
Yeah, they looking good here. Hull have just had a spell of keep ball for about a minute. This has been good from the Tigers. Mentioned that away win at Bramall Lane, a 3-0 win. Came right out of the blue for them. There's Barry on the near side. What's his touch like? Can't get it away from Trey Hume, who nicks it away from him. Ball fed into Rigg, who's dispossessed, and neither side at the minute can just get hold of it, but here they do. Hull with Matazo now, drives into the edge of the area. The layoff from Joseph didn't find Crooks. Crooks now gets it 30 yards out from goal. Lays it back to Alzate. Still 0-0 here. Ball fed into Crooks. Crooks looking, that's a nice pass to Joseph. He lays it off, the shot comes in. Gelhardt, it was left-footed, and Patterson down low to his left-hand side, collects it gratefully. Yeah. Good effort from Hull.
Excellent quality, isn't it? Really kept the ball, moving it quick, all one-touch, two-touch stuff, and then even the little set to Gelhardt inside the D, just outside the box there, and he's let one go, but the connection just wasn't right to trouble Patterson.
Yeah. Still 0-0 here. Ball at the back with Sunderland. England in the ICC Men's Champions Trophy. 338 for 7 into the last over there. Ben Duckett 165. And they've lost another wicket in the final over. England will let you know what they post against Australia, but Ben Duckett 165. What a start to the tournament for him. Updates to that over on Talksport right now. There's the ball played for by Sunderland, and that's come off Charlie Hughes, and it's gone behind for a corner. And a corner out of nothing here for Sunderland. That was just good hassling there from Roberts and Rigg, and they win the corner kick that Roberts is going to take.
Yeah, Chris Rigg, he just chases everything, doesn't he? Really putting the pressure there, forcing the issue, and like you say, can they capitalise now?
Corner here about to be swung in by Sunderland. Waiting the first goal at the Stadium of Light. Will it be a set piece that leads to it? Hull have got a line of 7 across the edge of their 6-yard box. Ball whipped in. Panda comes and punches straight up in the air. Ballard headed it away from goal, and Matazo as well just had the ball out of the penalty area in Sunderland, hoping this will go out for a throw, in which it does.
Well, I think the goalkeeper has to come, but he's got nowhere near it, hasn't he? He's went with both fists, and he's not made the connection. I think it's come off the defender. He's just got to make sure that when he makes that decision early, he has to just take everyone out, his own players, opposition players, but he has to make sure there's a contact with the ball there.
0-0 over on Talksport. Everton against Manchester United. 0-0 here as well. Don't forget Ipswich against Spurs, live and exclusive on Talksport 2 this afternoon. Ian Danta and Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, our commentary team, down at Portman Road, where Faye Carruthers is spending the afternoon as well. And a free kick given away by Sunderland. So free kick for Hull. 0-0 here. What have you made of the opening exchanges, Chris?
No, it's been good. It's been good. I think both teams, Hull have got kind of more of a foothold in the game, using it well. And saying that, Sunderland with pace and with quality as well can get themselves into the attacking third. But it's just that final pass, I think, on both teams have let them down. That final decision making. Matt Crooks has to take the opportunity on. I think Joe Bellingham has to then actually take the shot on first time. You know, it's that final pass. I think Roberts down the right hand side is put in some good quality into the box as well. But both teams are trying to play. Sunderland are probably picking up more second balls. That'll be a concern for Ruben Selles. Well, that's a terrible decision, isn't it?
Well, Louis Coyle has just punted the ball downfield, a kind of clearance you might see in the Calcutta Cup game later on, England against Scotland. But O'Nien, down on his own byline, has somehow tried to backhead it to his keeper Patterson, who's put it behind for a corner. So it was a pretty aimless punt forward, but it's actually turned into a really good play for Hull. They've got a corner now and a chance to swing it in.
I think that's where O'Nien just has to take it on the chest and put the foot through it, but get it back up the pitch.
Well, here's a corner then for Hull. They're going to whip it in towards the near post. It's headed and it's gone in. It's gone in at the near post, and I think that's going to go down as a goal direct from the corner over on the far side. It was whipped in, and Sunderland can't keep it out, and Hull have the lead here. It's Sunderland 0, Hull 1.
Well, it's came from absolutely nothing, isn't it? You're looking at the body language now, you know, of the Sunderland players. It's a great ball in, right on the money. I need to see it on the monitor or something again, because I thought it came off of a Sunderland head. I've got to say, Patterson, can he come out and be stronger? But he's got a lot of bodies to come through, so I can't really kind of blame the goalkeeper there. It just has to be dealt with at the near post from a Sunderland defender there. I'm not sure if it was O'Nien at the front, but you can see by the body language of O'Nien as well, just from a sloppy decision trying to head it back to Patterson.
Yeah, it was. We'll confirm who got the final touch in a moment, but the facts are it's Hull who lead here at the Stadium of Light. It was a wicked in-swinging corner. Now, whether it came off a Sunderland defender on the line as they're coming together on the far side, but just the start that Hull would have wanted. We mentioned that aimless ball forward, Chris. It leads to a set piece, and all of a sudden Hull lead. Yeah,
but you don't take chances. You know, I think in those moments as well. O'Nien has the experience. You know, he's a fantastic player. Just decision making there, trying to keep possession of the ball. You don't need to go back to your goalkeeper. I don't even think Patterson was aware or wanted it.
Well, here now is a chance for Sunderland to hit straight back. They'll pull the ball back to the edge of the area. Isidore couldn't control it, and it's cleared away. It has officially gone down as a Patterson own goal. We'll tidy up that as we go on here, but it was at the near post. It certainly touched the Sunderland player before it went into the back of the net. Here now is a chance though for Sunderland, looking to square it edge of the area, and now a challenge. And you mentioned Elliot Matazo. He's all over, isn't he? Just in front of that back four, picking up all the loose balls and fighting for every challenge.
Yeah, no, he is. You know, he's obviously trying to kind of be competitive in there. But like, if it is a Patterson own goal, you know, as a goalkeeper, you have to make sure that you come out and you just clean everyone out. But you've got to make sure the contact's there. I felt that if the keeper did come out, I never thought he made any contact. But if it did come off him, I think there was a touch from a player that was right behind him. If that was the case, so I'm surprised it is a Patterson own goal.
Well, it's 1-0 to Hull. Just what the Tigers needed here at the Stadium of Light. The nerves will be jangling for Sunderland. They're in such a good, promising position in terms of the playoffs, but they're chasing down the top two. And I guess the fans of Sheffield United and Leeds United will be listening as they're out and about on their weekend travels. Will be relieved to see Sunderland behind. .50-50 the possession so far, Chris. Just, well, we mentioned the quality of ball in. It was a wicked corner, wasn't it?
Yeah, outstanding delivery, wasn't it? One that kind of caused a few problems as it did. But it doesn't surprise me. You're looking at the stats. Both teams good in possession, trying to play. You know, I think being aggressive without the ball as well, with a high defensive line.
I've just seen a replay, and it was Patterson who punches it into his own net. It did come off Patterson last.
Wow, it's
so
a big,
an own goal.
Yeah, it's a big mistake there from Patterson. So good with his hands as well. He's actually came and he's tried to catch it. A lot of pace on that cross as well. I'm surprised he's not came and punched it with all the bodies that are around him there. He'll be disappointed with himself there, Patterson.
Yeah, he will be. 1-0, Hull leads. And Hull now have got themselves a free kick down the right-hand side of the field. Sunderland 0, Hull 1. 20 minutes on the clock here. You're live on Talksport 2. A double header of exclusive national radio commentaries. EFL live here. Sunderland against Hull, and then we followed up with Ipswich against Spurs on Talksport 2 from 3 o'clock. Goal at Goodison Park, and it is Everton who lead. Their recent revival under David Moyes continues. Beto, what a turnaround in form for him. It is being checked by VAR apparently, so we'll confirm that in a moment. We're not sure what they're checking, but they are checking it on VAR. Those dreaded words we don't have in the Championship, thankfully. Here now is Barry going forward for Hull. Cuts in off the right-hand side. He's looking to lay the ball off here. They've got room on the right, and that's where they'll go now to Coyle. Coyle, right-footed, will whip in the ball, and Joseph at the near post got a touch on it, and it gets a deflection off 09 and goes wide of the post and behind for a corner kick.
Well, 09 had to make the contact. Great movement, excellent ball in again, delivery. Kel Joseph, movement, always on the move, isn't he? Make sure he gets there first, but 09 had to get the block in, had Patterson scrambling as well, but he knew where his near post was.
Corner going to be whipped in again. Gelhardt, I think it is, that's going to whip it in again. Here it comes again towards that near post, and this time it hits the bar and bounces out. Did Patterson get a hand on that? Those corners really are lethal at the moment, and Hull, who scored from the corner earlier, nearly scored again. Ball whipped into the box, and Patterson will collect it. I've got to be honest, I'm surprised Patterson hasn't got a cap on, because the sun is directly in his eyes, but again, almost got caught floundering on his line.
Yeah, well, he had to make sure that he got the touch, the contact right on top of him as well. Excellent ball in there from Gelhardt. It really puts him under pressure there, and like you say, it had to be defended well, and that's where you're thinking, if as a Hull player, you know the quality that's coming in, you have to be alive to the second phase. Don't allow Sunderland to clear the line so easily.
Goal stands at Goodison over on Talksport. Everton 1, Manchester United 0. Beto in amongst the goals again. What a turnaround for him under David Moyes. And the problems continue for Manchester United. Here it's Sunderland 0, Hull 1. And again, Matazo is there. And I think we're seeing what the future might be looking like for Hull here. The likes of Matazo, who's just recently come in to the side, the likes of Joseph and Gelhardt teaming up front. There's a lot to like so far about this whole performance.
Yeah, definitely. I think you think about the recruitment. Sellers come in lacking in goals. Look what they've brought in. You know, all players that can really influence a game and obviously turn a game on its head with the quality they've got as well. So yeah, and this is what it is when there's a complete overhaul and a team is in transition. You've got to start from somewhere. But what I'm seeing at the minute is a team that's confident in the way that they play. And yeah, they've shown no fear today.
They certainly haven't, as Hull clear the ball away. Sunderland just can't keep hold of it at the moment. There's a few groans going around the Stadium of Light. There might be a few cheers though in a moment. They've picked the ball up midway inside the Hull half. They'll feed it out wide to Hume. He's got Roberts outside him. Roberts back to Hume. Hume with a chance to advance. Whips in a good looking ball to the penalty spot area, but Isidore went towards the near post and there was no one in the box behind him, and now a free kick about 30 yards out far side of the field for Sunderland after a bit of wrestling on 09, and a set piece opportunity for Sunderland, who trail by a goal to nil.
See, I don't think that's a bad ball from Trey Hume at all into the box. You know, Isidore's taking the two defenders away by coming to the near post. That's when someone's got to be alive. Louis Coyle's the only one that switched on in the Hull defence to come across. He's actually kind of advanced probably 5, 6, 7 yards just to get the contact. That's where someone's got to be alive to it.
Now a chance to whip the ball in then for Sunderland. Can they get a set-piece goal of their own? Can they find a delivery like Gelhardt's produced a couple of times up the other end? Panda waits a couple of yards off his line. It's going to be a left-footed cross towards the far post. The red shirt's arriving. The flag's gone up. It was headed in, but the flag went up to deny Sunderland a leveller here. And frustration grows for Sunderland.
Yeah, it was an excellent ball, wasn't it? But you look at it was a good defensive line. Players, Luca Naina as well it was. You know, he's obviously the error that cost the corner for the goal. But there he's got on the wrong side. You're expecting that Hull City defensive line to kind of drop as soon as the run up for the free kick. It didn't. So the linesman's spot on there. Tight one.
Yeah, it was indeed. But it was an opportunity. Pando is just getting some treatment on his goal line here. Not if he's rolled an ankle or something. But disappointment and frustration for Sunderland. But just a sign that if they can get the delivery right at the other end, then there's every chance they're going to get straight back into this game. But it was offside, according to the assistant on the near side. The two sets of players have all come over to the near side. It is quite warm here. Temperatures in the teens here up in the northeast, and they're getting on board some refreshments and some tactical input as well. You are listening to Sunderland against Hull in the EFL Championship, live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Order Mac Delivery on the app and get rewards points. 18 plus participating restaurants, delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com. Well, it's going to be interesting now how Sunderland approach this. That's really their first real attacking threat, isn't it, in probably the last 15 minutes?
Yeah, that's it. You know, I think they've been second best, haven't they? Really kind of putting under pressure, having to defend well. Just they've got too many good players out there that they just need to use the ball a little bit better. Now you're looking at speed of pass, speed of movement as well. But at the minute they're working very, very hard without the ball because Hull have used it well.
They have indeed, but it's 1-0 to Hull here. It's 1-0 over on Talksport. Everton leading Manchester United. The goal here, a Patterson own goal. Made a real mess of the Gelhardt in-swinging corner. Just seen another replay. He literally, as you said, Chris, he's dropped it into his own net, hasn't he?
Well, he went to catch it. I don't understand why he's went to catch it.
It was so quick, wasn't it?
Just go out and two fists on it.
Well, here come Hull going the other way. Can they get a second goal? That really would put Sunderland on the back foot. Here's Coyle, slides a lovely ball in. He headed away from Joseph near post. It'll fall to Jones, heads it forward. Then it's headed back inside the Hull half. Jones retrieves it under pressure from Isidore, and he gets the ball away. And Coyle look for the give and go. Alzate will just come back and opt for safety first for Hull, who've got the all-important lead here. And now they go all the way back to their goalkeeper. Pando has not really had a lot to do. He'll clear it left-footed down over halfway. O'Nien lets it run through and hopes that Sirkin is there to sweep it up, which is exactly what happens. And it remains 1-0 to Hull. You're live on Talksport 2. Double header of EFL action tomorrow. Watford against Luton, live and exclusive from midday on Talksport 2. Mansfield Wrexham, 3 o'clock, Talksport 2 as well. As they try and play Roberts in Sunderland, but again, Matazo is there. He's been everywhere at the moment for Hull City. Well, there's a bit of a coming together. Ball breaks Hull's way. And
he's got to do better there, Dan Neil. Just be a little bit more competitive. Make sure you get the challenge in there. It's Kyle Joseph that's just nicked it off him there. Just be aware of your surroundings.
All played over the top here. They're looking to get Joseph in behind. Can he get the first touch? Well, Patterson comes racing out of his area towards the edge of the 18-yard box, and he collects it. And Joseph, he's gone down here. I don't know if he's run into Patterson, I think, and maybe he's caught a blow in the ribs. He's just holding it. To be fair, he has got back up now. He's trying to run it off, but went down there. Well, that's handball there. Clear handball by Louis Barry, and Joseph has gone down again here. Yeah,
he went in. It was he just carried on his run to put pressure on Patterson. Patterson just kind of turned the back, so he's went into him full straight away. He did. He's helped the kind of the chest, the rib cage. Struggling, really is struggling, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, he's back up again now. Well, there's one good thing for Sunderland is they are top of the table when it comes to picking up points from losing positions. So hope he's not lost
points,
yet.
Yeah, ridiculous, isn't it? Joint with Sheffield Wednesday, I think, isn't it?
But they have conceded a goal kick to Hull. Now there's another Hull player down. I think it's Coyle, who actually lost his boot in the process of trying to watch the ball over the goal line, and the home fans are getting irate. Well, they're getting irate, and the referee, I think, very cleverly has just held his arm up in the air and pointed to his watch, saying, "Don't worry, I'm all over it." They're not going to be allowed to waste time. In fairness, he has lost his boot. He's got to be entitled to put it back on. But the referee has stopped play here. And I guess the frustration is that Coyle is 6 inches in the field of play, maybe could have gone off the pitch
exactly.
and put his boots on.
No, I think the referees dealt with it well. But like you say, I think the fans, the players have got to kind of deal with this themselves. Now, this from the fans isn't towards the Sunderland players. It's because they don't want Hull to spoil the game. They're letting every opportunity. They're trying to slow the game down, make it a little bit bitty.
Again, I've just seen a replay. I think Joseph did get an elbow in the stomach. It wasn't an elbow as he's thrown an elbow. He's just caught the ball and he's run into the elbow. Yeah. Nothing in it at all. But Joseph, signed from Blackpool, 8 goals for him. Yet to score for Hull. But he's looked lively today. He's leading the line well. Hull lead by a goal to 0. There's a Patterson own goal from a Joe Gelhardt corner that he rather flapped at and ended up pushing in his own net. Here's Roberts, edge of the area, won another tackle, then lost out again, and then Crooks goes sliding into a 50-50. I get the feeling at some point this might boil over. Here's Roberts, gets the ball off Rigg, heads in field, plays it to Neil. Neil was on the back foot. Gelhardt nicked it away, but he wins it back. Now Lafay, he's got a chance, edge of the area, lays it back to Bellingham, 25 yards out. Back to Enzo Lafay, not been involved enough for Sunderland's liking at the moment. And he had a chance there with Sirkin. That's a beautiful ball. Finds Neil, who then plays the ball. Can Hume get on the end of it? No, he can't. Just a little bit too intricate from Sunderland, but the idea was right. Better football.
Had to come in earlier than that. Bellingham and Lafay using the ball well, had opportunity. They've got 4, 5 Sunderland shots in the box. There has to be a delivery for them to go and attack, or even end product, get a shot away.
Panda plays it short and then knocks it long over the head of O'Nien. That sun is clearly a problem for Luke O'Nien at the moment. He just again ducks underneath it, and now Sirkin tidies up, and now forward goes Lafay. It's not been quite the fluent football we expected from Sunderland. As Rigg was caught, he felt late there, wrap on the ankles. He's not happy about that. No whistle from the referee. Sunderland 0, Hull 1. Everton leading by a goal to 0 over on Talksport. Beto with a goal at Goodison, as Bellingham just can't get on the end of the Lafay pass, and now a crunching tackle goes in. It just feels at the moment the ball, that's beautiful skill from Alzate, midway inside his own half. It just feels the ball at the minute is going Hull's way, and now there's a chance to counter, and a ball played through for Joseph, who just held his run a fraction too long, and Patterson will hammer it clear. Hull are in the ascendancy at the moment. The thing I would say, Chris, they are going to need a second goal here, I feel. Yeah,
definitely. Good defending there from Ballard as well. Great way to pass for Joseph to go and chase, but he's on to it. He's seen the danger, seen the space, and went and nullified that threat. I'm surprised. I think Sunderland, they're getting caught taking too many touches in possession. They're allowing Hull to kind of step up every opportunity, whereas usually it's all 1 touch, 2 touch stuff, but it's in behind, it's expansive. It doesn't allow that team without the ball to step up and get out. It basically pins them in. So again, there's I'm sure there'll be a few harsh words said at half time, and even from the players taking a little bit more responsibility now.
Well, over on Talksport, Everton have got the ball in the back of the net again. Doucouré with a second for Everton. We'll await the dreaded words VAR, but as it stands, Everton 2, Manchester United 0. You can hear that live over on Talksport. Ruben Amorim, his woes continue to grow, but David Moyes working his magic back at Goodison, and Everton surging up the table here. I'm with you, Chris. It's almost like Sunderland are in 75% speed the way that they're playing. It's not quite their fluent football we used to see when we come here.
But like you say, for collected points from losing positions, they're up there for a reason. So slow starters, and then they kind of get into their groove, but I need to see a reaction.
Well, here's Barry going down the left. Can he whip in a first-time ball? He has a touch. Hume, though, gets in front of him, and then Hume is wrestled to the ground.
Outstanding defender, isn't it, from Trey Hume there, because you weren't sure Lou Barry's going to just slow it down. He's tried a little quick one across the path, the running path of Trey Hume straight away. Great defending, got his body between ball and man, felt that little bit of contact. I tell you what.
Well, Barry's gone down now. The referee said he's not having it. Play on. So Barry's sat on his backside in the edge of the Sunderland penalty area. Here now is Roberts going the other way. Roberts skips past one, drives into the box, goes past another one. He needs to produce a cross. 2 left foot reliant there. Maybe needed to use his right foot there. And the ball worked clear by Hughes on this near side, and then it's just rolled out of play by Hull because they've got a player down in Louis Barry up the other end who's not looking too comfortable at the moment. 1-0. Hull lead here. We could be in for a mammoth amount of added on time at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I'm just very quality play as well from the defensive unit of Hull there. But yeah, he doesn't look comfortable at all, Louis Barry. You know, obviously he's went down, he's got up, and then yeah, something's not right. And he has had a lot of injuries in his obviously his young career.
Yeah, he certainly has. So Everton 2, Manchester United 0. Up in Scotland, Hibernian 1, Celtic 0 is a latest score. Also in the Championship this afternoon, and these are games that affect Hull because Derby and Plymouth, 2 sides that are below. Derby 0, Millwall 0, and Plymouth 0, Cardiff 1 is the latest score there. Further down the EFL, Reading 0, Birmingham 0 in League 1, and Rotherham 0, Barnsley 0. Big South Yorkshire derby there. And in League 2, Crewe 0, Barrow 0, Morecambe 0, Walsall 0. So not too many goals around. We have had the one here. It was an own goal from Anthony Patterson. Got the box in on Talksport. And Talksport 2 tonight, the early undercard on Talksport 2, then the main events over on Talksport later on this evening. That promises to be another epic night of boxing, and we'll have you covered across the Talksport network. Our boxing team, second to none. We'll have every angle covered. Here, Barry has hobbled off the field. And it's going to be, well, what will Sunderland do here? Will they give the ball back to?
They're struggling.
I think he's trying to run it off on the sideline, and he's run about 3 yards and looked round and gone, I don't think this is any good. And this will be frustrating for him. He'll be desperate to carry on, but if he's not fit, he's not fit. He's looking at the minute like he can barely stand up. I wonder if he's got a dead leg or something, or a tweak in the back of his
I just don't think
calf or something.
Not by the reaction of the player. He's in real discomfort.
He's not coming back on. He can barely. Yeah, he's having to be helped back to the dugout, so he's clearly not going to come back on. So Hull are going to have to make a change here, as they've all played forward by Sunderland, but Hull win it back. Interesting, they only named 8 substitutes, Hull, today, not the usual 9, so not sure what that's about, given the number of new signings they've brought into the club. All played out over on the far side. Enzo Lefebvre gets a touch in, and it's out of play. We have had 38 minutes on the clock, but it does feel like there's been a lot of stoppages in and amongst that 38 minutes. And it is Sunderland 0, Hull 1. Mark Wilson with the former Scotland striker, Chris Owelamo. And Chris, Hull as an away day goes, this has been pretty good. Yeah, they've been good, haven't they? I think they deserve the lead. You know, they've used the ball well, defended well, not been asked too many questions, but in that attacking third, they're throwing players forward. Created some good opportunities that they've not taken on as well. You know, the Matt Crooks shoot. Yeah, again there, a miscontrol from Trey Hume, and then he pulls down Elliot Matazo. He's looking to get away. Well, now Matazo goes down rolling around on the ground, and another stoppage of play ensues here. But that was Trey Hume in possession, just miscontrolling a simple ball. It's not like him at all. Very, very good technical player as well, but he always has a picture before he receives the ball as well. So yeah, I think there's a few harsh words need to be said. You know, the standards need to be raised. Something that Lebreeze came out and said, you know, they set the bar, albeit never got the result against Leeds, but that's what he's expecting with the energy and intensity levels. Well, here is the change, and it's a debut for Lincoln on loan from Fenerbahce, who's coming into the action. So Louis Barry's afternoon is over. Disappointment for him, but a debut for the on-loan man Lincoln, who comes on. He's got the bleach blonde hair that looks to be in a ponytail from we are so high up here at the Stadium of Light. But he's into the action for his Hull debut. Another new signing. Here's Gelhardt, looks to whip the ball in, fires a cross in deep. Ballard did well to get his feet in the right spot to clear that away. That was well done in the end. It could have gone horribly wrong, it didn't. It was a wicked ball in from Gelhardt, whose deliveries have been probably the talking point of this first half at the moment. The offside flag belatedly goes up against Hull, and will play on. And now they're looking for a long ball over the top for Isidore, who's going to get in behind. It's a really tight angle, no support in the middle, and he tried his very best to try and get some kind of effort on goal. He had little chance there, but It was a good ball over the top, but Isidore is too isolated.
Yeah, but I don't think he had to just put the foot through it. I think he could have just kept it in. He's in the box, and then just allow the likes of Chris Rigg to go up and support and try and find him, or take your man on, create that your angle and get the shot away himself. Excellent run in behind. He is always going to stretch the pitch. Great ball in behind, but I just don't understand why, because it wasn't even a shot. It was just trying to keep it alive, but he never had to kind of stretch for it. Just walk feet a little bit quicker, keep the ball in possession, keep the ball on the pitch.
Still 1-0. Approaching half-time here. Everton 2, Manchester United 0 is live over on Talksport right now. Ipswich Spurs is coming on Talksport 2. Dance and Courtney Sweetman-Kirk, our commentary down at Pullman Road with Faye Carruthers this afternoon. We'll hear from them, I'm sure, at half-time in the build-up to our second live and exclusive national radio commentary on Talksport 2 this afternoon. Your place to be on a Saturday afternoon if you like your live football. We've got plenty of it as ever on the Talksport network. Ball back with Hull, edge of their own area. Sunderland have been held at bay quite nicely. Ball over the top. Sirking is going back with Gelhardt. Gelhardt's going to get there first. And now Gelhardt will cut in off that far touchline and roll it back to Alzate, who's got it 10 yards over the halfway line. Rolls it into the feet of Coyle, who did well. Here's Crooks, who pops up on the far side and wins a throw-in. The sun is clearly a problem, Chris. Are you surprised they've not gone a little bit more direct a little bit early? Because it's clearly causing Ballard and 09 all sorts of problems at the back.
Yeah, but you know, it's in saying that, on the spin side of it, you're looking at Joseph and Crooks don't seem to have an issue with it, and there's going to back to go.
Well, here's a ball into the area, and Crooks was almost in at the near post. Bellingham in his own penalty area just rolls it out for a throw-in. These are big moments here. If Hull can nick a second goal before half-time, then Sunderland are going to have a real mountain to climb. Here's a chance. Alzate, edge of the area, puts it in near post, headed away by Ballard. Ball headed back into the penalty area. It's cleared away, and in the end, Rigg acrobatically hooks it away for a throw-in over on the far side. But I think Sunderland at the minute and Regis Lebris will be happy to get in at 1-0 and just look to reset themselves.
Yeah, that's definitely needed. You know, he looks very relaxed at the edge of the in the dugout just now, Lebris. So you're just thinking it's like there's a few things that need to be tweaked. You know, there has to be an aggression. They've not got that. One of the most aggressive sides without the ball, Sunderland. I've not seen that energy. They've really allowed, albeit I think Hull have played through the thirds quite well. You know, they've created those little triangles in obviously the defensive and middle third as well, but then got into that attacking third way end product. But yes, second best all over the pitch at the minute, Sunderland.
Yeah, I just look at Dan Neil and I compare his performance to that of Elliot Matazo, and Matazo's been head and shoulders above him, hasn't he? He's been neat and tidy, whereas Sunderland are so reliant on the likes of Dan Neil to get it down and play. They haven't done that yet. Yeah,
well, I think they've nullified. I think Crooks has been on the back of Dan Neil. I think that's his responsibility to stop him getting on the ball and influencing the game, but he's still got to kind of make that space to kind of get on it himself and influence the game.
I think if I was a Sunderland fan, I think the one thing you say, well, probably couldn't play much worse, and it's only 1-0, so there's still plenty of hope for the red and whites of Sunderland. As they skip forward, that looked like a foul. It was. Ballard with a good run. Roberts will take it quickly. He finds Neil. He just went short there. They were looking at Lefay as a possible out ball on that left-hand side. O'Nien joins in, gets it to Sirkin. Sirkin does always like to get forward. Offloads it, though, to Lefay. He plays it forward. Here is Dan Neil, 25 yards out. And again, the touch was a heavy one. But Sunderland win it back. Lefay with Sirkin on the overlap. Will get it to Sirkin. Tries to drive to the byline. Stands the ball up far post. Roberts arriving late. And he's headed behind. Good defending from Sean McLaughlin. But a late corner. End of the first half. 6 added on minutes at the end of the first half. So the referee's been good to his word. He's added all the time on that he feels that Hull have taken out of the game. Yeah, and rightfully so. I don't think that was a bad ball at all. I'm surprised that Pandora doesn't come out and claim that. McLaughlin, good defensive header. Look at Roberts go and make a contact. Well, can he whip the ball in near post, and it's flapped at by Pando, and it didn't fall. There was a chance there surely for a Sunderland player to turn it in, but they couldn't get on the end of it. and then the cross in from Lefay was a poor one, and Hull survived. Well, Patterson flapped one into his own net at one end, and Panda didn't cover himself in any glory there, and now Sunderland have got another set piece, and you get the feeling Hull look shaky at the back from any set pieces at the minute.
Well, I've got to say it was an excellent ball in, and it was kept alive, and Bellingham's going to take the shot on, and I felt that he just kind of pulled out because a Hull defender threw himself at it there. I think you've got to just make the contact. If you take a sore one there, you win a penalty, or you get your shot away at least.
I think Matazo has just gone in the book, hasn't he, for a foul there. And it is a free kick here, and a chance now Renzo Lefay to whip the ball in here. Sunderland have already scored, but we're offside from a set piece.
And look again, you look at the defensive line of Hull, and look at, there's 3 players offside for Sunderland at the minute. They already know that they're not going to drop. They never before.
Well, they're now coming back to try and get onside. Now the ball is whipped into the far post. It's flicked off ahead. It'll fall to Bellingham. Shot blocked. Falls edge of the area. Riggs stands it up. Ballard's forward with the header, but it's straight at the goalkeeper. Straight at Pandor, who gratefully clutches it and falls to the floor. Ballard just couldn't direct it past the Hull keeper. Still 1-0 Hull. Yeah, there just wasn't enough pace on the cross. He's done ever so well. He's onside as well. The flag stayed down. He's just got to try and put it back from where it came, and it caused Pandor a few more problems there. But straight at him, good hand from the goalkeeper. Just mentioned earlier that the ball just seems to be falling Hull's way. Now that may be that they're being the more aggressive at the moment. Certainly Sunderland started opening 10 minutes. It was all them round the ball, and now all the face taken out. That Coyle is going to surely get it. Well, he's not. Referee's waved it away, and Coyle puts his thumbs up to the referee and says, thanks for spotting that.
It's a free kick. It's a free kick. Excellent little touch from Lefay. We got Louis Coyle's right in the face. There's contact there. I don't understand. Maybe the referee thinks he's not going to get on the end of it. Doesn't make a difference. He's got to the ball first. It's contact. It's a free. Should be a free kick.
Yeah. Coyle, his brother Tommy, was a boxer of some repute as well. Great sporting family. Their other brother, a golfer as well. So they are fine sporting stock. And Coyle won't give an inch. And I'm with you. I think you don't get past Coyle that easily. Here now comes Sunderland. Is there a late leveller? End of the first half. Been a great game for the neutral in terms of attacking intent. Here's Roberts again onto that left foot, floats across in, takes a head up in the air. Coyle will head it forward. They're appealing Isidore for a penalty. He's not going to get it. Here's Lefay now, left hand side of the box, lays it back, Sirkin whips in a great first time ball. They're all challenging for it. Hume was there. It'll break edge of the area. Shot comes in, it's deflected, and it's behind for a Sunderland corner. And Sunderland starting to get back into this game.
Yeah, much better. Winning second balls, keeping the pressure on, not allowing Hull to get out of that 18-yard box or the defensive third. Good quality coming into the box, albeit it's like you say, they're going and competing, making sure that it's not just a clear Hull contact that's clearing their lines, keeping the pressure on. That's what you want.
All going to be swung in then. We're deep into added on time here at the end of the first half at the Stadium of Light. Ball whipped in towards Ballard, free header, and he heads it across goal, and there was no Sunderland player there to turn it in. But that was another chance. Ballard's starting to get on the end of some crosses now. Well,
again, it's just a reaction of Bellingham. Ballard's, he's up there, he's got the contact. It's not on target, but I think Bellingham can get the second phase. Just try and get some sort of contact to steer it goalwards. All the pace is on the Ballard header.
1-0. Hull lead here. But Sunderland have just shown signs of life at the end of an intriguing first half of football. Long ball forward headed away by Sunderland. Alzate will just hook it forward. O'Nien volleys it clear. Coyle will bring it down and will, from halfway, go back to his goalkeeper Pando, who will have a touch and calmly rolls it out over on the far side to Alfie Jones, and he will bring it forward now. He's tried to feed the ball in field, and Coyle did well, and again we'll go back, and this is taking just valuable seconds out of the end of the first half. We're into 6 added on minutes here at the end of the first half at the Stadium of Light, and Hull through Patterson's own goal lead by a goal to 0, and the ball cleared away. Can Hume keep it in? He'll let it run out. Is there time for one last attack at the end of the first half here? Sunderland, who started the day 8 points away from the top 2, who meet live on Talksport 2 on Monday night, a game you'll hear live on the Talksport 2 channel. Sheffield United against Leeds United. What a game that promises to be. Well, Roberts wanted to take a quick throw in there.
He's right, though. He's right, having a proper go at Trey Hume. He's got to be up to. This is it. The closing out minutes of the half. Be on the front foot. Go and get the equaliser.
Yeah, well, they've got it nearer the halfway line now. Sunderland. O'Nien tries to go past Crooks. Will feed it out wide. Can they find a cross? Isidore waits. He's had very few touches in and around the box, and Hull with Crooks have won it back, and there could be a counter here for them, but they've turned it over. It won't matter. Few boos around the Stadium of Light. Their team haven't quite been at it in the opening 45 minutes. Hull had a big chance early on. Matt Crooks opted to pass when surely he should have shot, but they did break the deadlock after Luke O'Nien needlessly gave away a corner. Joe Gelhardt whipped it in, and Patterson, the Sunderland goalkeeper, could only flap at it, and it went off the keeper's hands and into the back of the net to give Hull a deserved lead at the time. Hull then lost Louis Barry to injury. Sunderland had a couple of chances towards the end of the half, a couple of Dan Ballard headers, one that went straight into the arms of Panda. All is not lost for the Black Cats here, but they are going to have to improve. Hull desperate for points. Well, they lead at the break. At the Stadium of Light, Sunderland 0, Hull City 1.
Yeah, Sunderland are going to have to improve, Chris. That wasn't the performance we're used to seeing from them, that's for sure. A few edgy players maybe out there. What is it that Reggie Labrie is going to want his side to do in the second half?
Well, just to have that energy, Faye. Usually they're on the front foot, they're very aggressive, moving the ball very quickly. They started the first 5-10 minutes, Hull kind of weathered that storm and then grew into the game, and I've got to say we're very, very good in the ball, made it difficult for Sunderland to get any foothold in the game. So yeah, I think there'll be a few harsh words said, even Roberts having a go at Trey Hume there the last couple of seconds of the half. That's not a Sunderland. Usually everyone's very intent, everyone's on the front foot, everyone's trying to kind of influence the game in a positive way, but they've not been at the races today. Patterson, it's a poor mistake from the goalkeeper. He has to come out there and make a positive contact. I don't know why he's catching it, but again, even the decision for Luke O'Nien to try and pass it back, it's just they've not been at it. Not the reaction I thought I would have got after what was a good performance against Leeds, albeit not the right result. I expected them, and like you say, Labrie has come out and said that we set the bar. At the minute, they've not reacted the way I'm sure the manager thought they would have.
Most definitely not. But you've got to give the credit to Hull. They took advantage. I mean, look, it was a shocker from the goalkeeper. He did have Patrick Roberts in his line of sight. I think perhaps if he hadn't been quite so close to him, he'd have had a little bit more elevation to jump up and catch the ball. Equally, you can't have... you can't be a goalkeeper and not be able to catch a ball like that coming in, unfortunately. But Mark mentioned in commentary the sunshine causing problems at that end of the pitch. Yeah,
well, it is. You can see a few times Patterson, when he's watching the play, when, like you say, Ballard or the Nine's got the ball in front of him, he's got his hand over his face so that he can actually see. So it's a strange one. If it is causing such a problem, you just got to make sure you've got the right attire there as well to make sure that it helps you in the right way. A Nine probably not as dominant, not winning his majority of like aerial duels, which he usually would, because it's on his side. Ballard's basically in the kind of the shadow of the stand. But yeah, so you see if that will make a difference second half. But I'm expecting a big reaction from this Sunderland side. Like you say, 17 points collected from losing positions. They're right up there at the top from coming from behind. So that's what I expect this side to do.
And they're going to try and punish Hull, who've lost Louis Barry to injury, but are looking like a different prospect, that's for sure. Looking a little bit more comfortable than we have seen them of late. Go get yourselves a cup of tea at half-time, the pair of you. I'll speak to you very, very shortly, because there are 4 of the bottom 5 in the Championship in action this lunchtime. Derby are a point from safety at the moment. They're being held by Millwall to a goalless draw as it stands. Elsewhere in the Championship, Cardiff have beaten Plymouth by a 1-0. Yusuf Salih had been a brilliant addition for Cardiff to help lift them out of the predicament that they're finding themselves in. A win for them would pull them 5 points clear of the relegation places as it stands. Plymouth second from bottom still. Reading 0, Birmingham 0 is a half-time score in League One. It's also goalless between Rotherham and Barnsley as well. Crewe pushing for the playoffs in League Two are a goal up against Barrow. Conor O'Riordan with his first goal for the club. It's goalless between Morecambe and Walsall. Walsall having a little bit of a wobble, top of the League 2 table, but looking to avoid a second straight defeat in a row. And in the Scottish Premiership, Hibs have just scored their second goal. They currently lead Celtic by 2-0. And in the Premier League game, which is live and exclusive over on Talksport right now, Manchester United fans, close your ears. Everton 2, Manchester United 0. Beto on the score sheet in the 19th minute. He scored 5 goals now in his last 4 games, which incidentally saw a stat. That's more goals than Manchester United have scored in the last 4 games, which is just 2. Sorry about that. Abdoulaye Doucouré then made it 2 with a header on 33 minutes. It's half-time there as well. Right, half-time at the Stadium of Light. Sunderland 0, Hull 1. That Anthony Patterson own goal, the difference between the two sides. We'll have second-half commentary coming next. And we'll look ahead to our exclusive 3 p.m. Premier League match as Ipswich host Tottenham Hotspur.
Talksport 2, official broadcast partner of the EFL.
EFL Live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Enjoy a tasty night in delivered to your door with McDelivery. 18 plus participating restaurants. Delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com.
Live on the Zone, February 22nd. Dubois versus Parker and Beterbiev versus Bivol 2. Featuring in the fight card of the century. Buy now at thezone.com/boxing.
With Little Plus Bakery Super Spin, simply shop and spin to win a free Little Bakery coupon on every shop. Download Little Plus and get... Switch to the Retail Industry Awards Supermarket of the Year. 18 plus GB residents, 1 spin per customer per day. Various prizes available, subject to availability. Offer available 13th to the 26th of Feb only. Full T's and C's apply. See lidl.co.uk/spin.
Ah, February. Time to fall in love. With a brand new Skoda. Trade flowers for funds with £1,000 towards your finance deposit. And who needs chockies when there's 0% APR on Solutions PCP? So, if it's a date you're after, our deals end on the 28th of February. Visit your local Skoda retailer today. Excludes battery electric vehicles. Maximum 24-month term. Indemnities may be required. Skoda Finance.
Post Malone live. See Post Malone when he brings the Big Ass World Tour to Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, London on the 7th of September. On sale now. Access MasterCard preferred tickets at priceless.com/music. Post Malone live.
Rotimi likes PensionBee's modern approach to pensions.
I think PensionBee has brought pensions into the 21st century, firstly through the use of technology. Signing up to the app is super simple. PensionBee makes me feel very confident about my finances and makes me feel like I have a plan when it comes to my retirement.
At PensionBee, we believe that when your pension is in a good place, you're in a good place. Download the app or go to pensionbee.com and be pension confident. When investing, your capital is at risk.
Yes! I just can't believe it.
This time tomorrow, you could be a millionaire. Get your lotto ticket for tonight's draw. The National Lottery. Rules and procedures apply. Players must be 18 or over.
This half-term, don't miss Red Hulk smashing cinemas.
I want you to help me rebuild the Avengers.
Captain America Brave New World is the blockbuster event of the holiday.
I need Captain America.
You want me? Come and get me!
Experience Captain America Brave New World in cinemas and IMAX now.
EFL Live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the McDonald's app and get reward points too. 18 plus participating restaurants. Delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com.
The unstoppable force of live football.
Brilliant goal!
EFL Game Day Live
On Talksport 2.
Low ball in towards the lad! He's tucked it in! The 10 men have scored! And it's Liam Delap! And Ipswich get their draw! A fantastic defensive rearguard to earn a point at Villa Park.
13 games left. We've been through a lot as a group. It was always going to be a challenging season. We're going to fight.
They're always in with a chance. This team never gives up.
It was always going to be a battle.
Would I have took how the group has competed? Yeah, I think I would.
And Ipswich Town have their first Premier League win of the season. Tottenham Hotspur 1, Ipswich Town 2.
It's a cultural problem at Spurs, not simply a problem with a
manage it.
Everything's now in that Europa League pot. We have to go for it. League positions disappointing.
We're not happy with the position we're in. Still a lot of football to be played in the league, and we want to address our league position.
Tottenham 1, Manchester United 0. It's a first Premier League home win since November. Oh, how Ange Postecoglou needed that result.
This is EFL Game Day Live. Faker Ruthers with you here on Talksport 2. Second half between Sunderland and Hull coming up shortly from the Stadium of Light. Not going to form at the moment. Hull leads Sunderland by 1-0 at half-time. Over on Talksport, it's half-time at Goodison Park. Everton 2, Manchester United 0. Beto and Decore on the score sheet for David Moyes' side. And once the game at the Stadium of Light has finished, we're going to bring you another exclusive, this time in the Premier League, as Ipswich Town host Spurs here at Portman Road. Lovely cool day. The Spurs players just coming out to have a little bit of a pitch inspection at Portman Road, and I'm delighted to say our commentary team of former Sheffield United women's striker Courtney Sweetman-Kirk and Talksport's Ian Danter are with me to look ahead to the game. How are you both?
Very good.
Yes, very well, thank you.
Excellent. I'm quite looking forward to this. Spurs gave Ipswich their first win of the season back in November. This Dr. Spurs tag that seems to be following Spurs around at the moment. They're certainly going to hope, aren't they, Ipswich, that they come to check up on them again today.
I was there for that game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and Ipswich fully deserved the win. Spurs were in that moment where they just allowed a team to counter-attack against them time and again and time and again. Although I think the last couple of weeks with their league wins over Brentford and Manchester United, they're getting one or two back, so there's a little bit more continuity of team selection, isn't there, for Ange?
Yeah, there is, but also there's a feeling. I've been speaking to people saying I'm doing this game, and me personally as well, all sort of said the same thing. This could be absolutely anything today. Yeah. It depends what Spurs turn up, obviously. Now, on the back of a positive result as well, Ipswich last week, so they'll be looking to really push forward. And then I was actually at the Leicester game last night, and obviously I think looking at that gives Ipswich a little bit of confidence to think, right, if we can get something out of this game today, then we climb above Leicester City. So there's so much to play for both sides.
Yeah, there really is. I was at Villa Park for Ipswich's 1-1 draw against Aston Villa, and they were fantastic. And actually they played better when they went down to 10 men. No Axel Tuanzebe today because of that second yellow card and sending off. But actually they've got so much more in this team, haven't they? And they've got a togetherness that brings them points. They're going to need that, and they're going to need that against, as you say, Dance, a Spurs team that are getting bodies back, which are much needed.
I think we're all pretty much in agreement that it's 3 from 4 to go down. I can't necessarily see a team above them getting reeled, even if Manchester United are getting gubbed again away from home in the Premier League. I can't see Manchester United.
Is it about the word gubbed that you just can't help but laugh? It's terrible. Sorry, again, United fans, I'm apologising.
But, well, look, it's the way it is. They don't need me to tell them. But Spurs, now that I think they've got a few clear weeks. They've had a clear week this week. I think that's vital, Faye. I think Courtney will agree that they've had so many weeks when they've had Europa League commitments or League Cup or FA Cup, call it what you will. It just means that I think he gave the players 2 days off last week and this week, Ange Postecoglou. So Monday and Tuesday they were away from the training ground and just getting back with their families or just doing what they need to do just to chill out and get ready for the next training session. Let's see if that's brought to bear here this afternoon against an Ipswich side who, as you say, should be full of confidence. Alex Palmer had a brilliant debut.
Oh, he was fantastic.
So that's a great basis from which to work, because last time I was here, I think it was Ari Muric in goal, just a goalkeeper that doesn't appear to inspire confidence in the centre halves in front of him.
I have to say, I mentioned to our resident Ipswich fan producer Izzy earlier on that when Alex Palmer first came charging out of his goal on like 90 seconds against Aston Villa, he had his Muric moment, and I did worry for him. But actually he had a fantastic debut, as you say, and is the reason that Ipswich Town came away with a point from Villa Park, playing with 10 men. So it is going to be absolutely fascinating. It still feels like there's so much pressure on Tottenham Hotspur, though, and only a win will do for Ange Postecoglou, that's for sure. Right, the players are here at Portman Road, and the players making their way back out onto the pitch at the Stadium of Light as well. Second half commentary of Sunderland against Hull is live and exclusive here on Talksport 2. Don't forget, a reminder for you that Ipswich against Spurs comes up at 3 o'clock following following the conclusion of this. But let's head back up to the northeast and speak to former Scotland striker Chris Owellamo, who's alongside Mark Wilson for second half commentary of Sunderland Hull.
Cheers, Faye. Sunderland just making their way out. I can see there are going to be changes from Regis Lebris at the break. I can see Romain Mundle is stripped and ready to come on. So there's going to be at least one change that would suggest that the Sunderland manager was not at all happy with that first half performance, and it's Enzo Lefebvre who comes off at the break. So there is a change. We'll run through the two teams in a moment. We are about to get back underway here. Chris Owellamo alongside me. Chris, Enzo Lefebvre, player we've grown quickly used to liking and appreciating his skill. He's just not got involved today, has he?
Yeah, he's had little touches, isn't it? But it's all about end product. He's not really kind of influenced the game. So yeah, no surprise there. It just shows you, Regis Lebris, ruthless, and you have to be. So Romain Mundle comes on, you know what you're going to get, direct energy. But again, that has to be the spark, the catalyst that goes across the team, because you could name quite a few that's not been at it today.
You could. Referee just checking that everybody is all set for the action to get underway. Then second half on the way, the Stadium of Light, where it's Sunderland 0, Hull City 1. And we get back underway. Sunderland attacking from right to left. Patterson all in black. His own goal at the moment. The difference between the two, his long ball forward is out for a throw. So it's Patterson in goal, a back four of Hume, Ballard, O'Nien and Sirkin. Dan Neil and Joe Bellingham in the middle with Roberts, Rigg and now Romain Mundle behind Wilson. Isidore barely had a touch in that first 45 minutes. Ball back to Panda. His first touch was not the best, but does well to clear his lines up towards halfway. Ballard wins the header. Mundle's first touch is to try and switch play. Maybe he could have had a touch there, brought it down. On the other side of it, Panda is the goalkeeper. Coyle, Hughes, Jones and McLaughlin in the back four. Matazu and Alzate in midfield. Lincoln replaced Louis Barry in that first 45 minutes. He's alongside Crooks and Gelhardt, with Carl Joseph leading the whole line. Hull leading by a goal to nil. What are you expecting second half, Chris?
Well, I'm just expecting a reaction. Hull cannot have it all their own way. I thought they used the ball well, they defended well, but they were impressive with the ball. I just felt that Sunderland gave them far too much respect and allowed them to kind of have a real good foothold in the game. So I just want to see that energy. And that comes from information from behind, the likes of Ballard or Nine. Can they step forward? But here again, Matazo. Yeah, Matazo
racing forward here, 30 yards out from goal. He feeds it across the face of goal. Here's Joseph, chops onto his right foot, shot blocked. Oh, now there could be an injury here for Sunderland. It's play on. As the ball back to the edge of the area and a shot fizzed into the side netting there from Alzate. But I think the Sunderland player who blocked that shot, Ballard, is in a world of pain here. Did his leg buckle as he blocked that shot? He went straight down. Hopefully he's okay. But he's desperately clutching his leg. He's going to be helped to his feet here. I've spent a bit of time out of the side, and is it a hamstring? Has he strained himself in getting to there to block the shot?
Well, he's went and he's blocked, so there's a coming together. So I'd imagine, he knew straight away. He couldn't even put the leg down. He's struggling there, so you're just thinking it's the shot, it's the contact from the player. But like you say, Ballard, he knew bravery to throw himself in front of it. He had to do that. But in a lot of discomfort.
Yeah, he is. Just looking down, they've obviously got Chris Meffam, Leo Helder on the bench, so they've got some defensive substitutions should they need it, but they won't want to use one here. Dan Ballard, I've just seen Luke O'Nien has given the signal, he's coming off. So Regis Lebris, who made a change at half-time, is now going to have to make another one. Just a couple of minutes into the second half, it would seem. And there is movement on the Sunderland bench down below us. And this is a blow, no doubt. And it does look like more a muscle injury than anything. My first thought was, remember Alan Smith blocked that shot, didn't he? And he's dislocated his ankle and untold damage, and that was your instant feeling. But Ballard's going to be a help to his feet here, but I think his afternoon is done. He's frustrated and upset.
Yeah, but the worrying thing is, look at him now, he's moving, he's actually walking not too bad. So he's obviously, something's pulled, isn't it? Hamstring, when he's made the block. But to come off, he couldn't even put the foot down.
No.
When the game was carrying on.
Well, he's walking off, but very, very gingerly. Yeah. And he gets a pat on the back from Joe Gelhardt as he makes his way past, and it will be Chris Meffam who comes on. So it's an early change, second half, and an enforced one that Regis Lebris won't really have anticipated making. Whether that impacts his thought process later on. Meffam on loan from Bournemouth is straight into that back four. We'll get back underway. O'Nien squares the ball and gives Meffam an early touch. And he has it just outside his own penalty area. He'll knock the ball long towards halfway. The ball too deep for Roberts, who just backed off and then won the second ball. Can't quite find a teammate. But there, Sunderland will win it back with Neil, who maybe got in Meffam's way there. Well, Matt Crooks is about 4 yards offside, and the referee, I think, already knew that, and Crooks just let the ball roll out of play for a goal kick. So it's still Sunderland 0, Hull 1. I think a disjointed first half performance from Sunderland. I think that would be an apt word to use at this point. No signs yet that they've got to grips with the situation. In fact, it was Hull who probably had the best chance when they had a couple of efforts on goal. One was blocked and then one from Alzate fired into the side netting.
Yeah, I'm looking at this now. I think that sun is causing a little bit of a problem. You're looking at the likes of Charlie Hughes, Jones. They just can't put the head through it, and if they are, it's poor quality as well. So you just have to deal with it, try and play down, get the ball down if they can, and have the out there. Matazzo's always presenting himself, always wanting the ball. Alzate as well for Hull.
Here comes Sunderland forward now, trying to roll the ball. Initially meant for Rigg, it almost found Isidore, and then it's cleared away. Over on Talksport, Everton 2, Manchester United 0. Our team news from Portman Road from Dance as soon as we get it for Ipswich against Spurs. Ball on the edge of the Hull area, but again it's brought away and well looked after by Matazzo, but it's won back by Sunderland. And now O'Nien will bring it forward. Sunderland will be hoping to lay siege on the Hull goal here and try and get at least an equaliser. Can they do to Hull what Leeds did to them on Monday night live on Talksport 2? Here now a chance to cut in for Roberts, tries to slide it through. It's just not happening. That pass is just not there at the moment.
Yeah, but it's Roberts, he's, if anything, he's trying, he's getting at players, he's taking it past 1-2 and then he's running into another Hull shot. But look at Hull, are so disciplined. That two banks, 4-4, and then you've got the strikers coming in as well. It's like a 4-2-2-2. It's ridiculous, but everyone knows their responsibilities without the ball. They just I think they have to go down the flanks. It's all about crosses coming in, try and create those overloads in the wide areas.
Well, they've got a throw in over on the far side. Sunderland attacking away to our left as we look down here. And now a chance to put the cross in. Finally, there was a bit of room out wide on that far touchline. Ball laid back here, and that's going to be a free kick. No, it's not.
It's a free kick?
Well, that looked a clear trip to me, and the referee has tried to play on here, and there's a chance on the break, but the ball to Crooks was a poor one. Well, look, there's one thing letting play continue, Chris, but if it's a foul, isn't it? And that is a foul, and this time he blows his whistle.
I think he was blindsided. I don't know if there was a player that went across his vision.
There's an assistant on the far side.
You're spot
Chris.
on. You're spot on.
One of them's got to see that.
There was contact, wasn't there?
Yeah, one of them has to see that. Well, we mentioned right at the start, could Hull keep Sunderland out? They found clean sheets hard to come by. They did get one at Bramall Lane and at Millwall on their travels recently. You mentioned, I think they're better set up to play away from home at the moment, Hull City. And they lead by a goal to nil, live on Talksport 2. Sirkin is tackled. That's where we have had some goals in the EFL. Crewe 2, Barrow 0, Morecambe 0, Walsall 1. That's in League 2. Barnsley have taken the lead at the New York Stadium. Lead Rotherham by a goal to nil. Leaders Birmingham still 0-0 at Reading. Ball on the Sunderland right again. They'll lay it back with a chance to try and create an opportunity here. Hull just drop back. They're getting pushed further and further back. Here is the substitute Mundle. Mundle rolls it down the line for Sirkin. Gets it back to Mundle, who's instantly closed down by Gelhardt, who's pulling at the shirt, then lets go. Mundle gets away from him, finds Sirkin, bit of room. Touch is good, puts in the cross here. Far post, it's laid down. It might fall for Hume, has a shot on the volley. think Rigg could have had a better opportunity, but his first touch was poor. And Lincoln with a nice touch on the far side tries to clear it away, and in the end it'll be a throw into Hull.
Yeah, but better. Mundell and Turkin down this left-hand side, really well. End products well, ball coming in. I just think Chris Rigg there, he's allowed the ball to bounce. I think take it on the full, get at your man with that low centre of gravity, just create that yard to get the shot away.
Obviously got the Premier League coverage at 3 o'clock, Ipswich Spurs, and it's a busy weekend of EFL action. Watford Luton tomorrow from 12, live and exclusive Talksport 2, followed up by Mansfield Wrexham, and then on Monday night the big one, Sheffield United against Leeds, the Championship top 2 going head-to-head at Bramall Lane. Hugh Wozencroft, Jim Proudfoot and Dean Ashton, the former England striker, our team there. Who do you fancy for that one, Chris? Sheffield United Leeds.
Yeah, you're looking at it's one of them. I think Leeds, the amount of goals that they score, how attacking quality and depth that they've got, but at Bramall Lane as well. I tell you, I'll say Leeds. I'll go Leeds.
Interesting. We'll find out on Monday night. Here went Hull, but they were offside. Crooks just caught offside, and that'll be a free kick to Sunderland. And the referee not happy with where the free kick was going to be taken, but it's back in play now with O'Nien, who brings it forward. Looking for the crossfield switch, cleared away. And now Hull will look to try and play their way out of trouble. Alzate gets away from one. I've got a question for Chris Owellamo in a moment. As the ball down the near side, Gelhardt gets it away. Counter could be on. That was a great tackle from O'Nien, who basically could put his entire body into the sliding challenge and won the ball. Question for former Scotland striker Chris Owellamo will come in a moment as Sunderland looking to break here. Ball over the top, looking for Isidore. It's too deep and it's through the keeper. We're in the northeast of England. It's nearly 15 degrees. Why Stephen Alzate got gloves on? Why?
You tell me.
What is going on?
Goodness. Yeah, I very rarely even wore long sleeves when I played, to be fair. But yeah, I don't know.
Crazy. I thought I got used to the cold now. He plays in Hull every other week. Ball played forward. Here's Coyle, who once again gets forward and earns himself a free kick. O'Nien into the back of him. He's getting forward quite a lot, Louis Coyle, isn't he? Trying to make an extra man up in attack. Yeah,
it's a great little take as well from Coyle there. Just rolled. O'Nien, sloppy defending. You know, he's better than that. Got up. Can he go and can I nullify that space straight away? O'Nien. 11 gone. Still Sunderland 0, Hull 1, and still Ivor Pando has not had a lot to do in this match as Sirkin made a bit of a mess of his clearance there, and O'Nien is there. Now that's a better touch from Rigg, who now can skip forward. Just showed too much of it. That's a great challenge from Alzate. Gloves or not, that was great football. And now Roberts is dispossessed by Gelhardt. Roberts wins it back. Roberts feeds it out wide on the right. Can they produce a cross into the box? They do. Big chances. He does, heading it wide from 3 yards out. A major opportunity for Sunderland, and Isidore, the top scorer, misses the target. Still 1-0 Hull. It has to be in the back of the net. A man that's on form, confidence is high. It's great work with Roberts and Treehum. Excellent ball in, just in between the last defender and goalkeeper. I say Isidore, he's read the flight of the ball well, but he tries to generate it. I don't know if it's just a last second movement to try and put the power in near post. He didn't have to do it. All the pace was on the cross from Treehum.
Felt he just needed to hit the target. The ball back in play. We'll head down to Portman Road in just a moment to get the team news from our big 3 o'clock live and exclusive national radio commentary of Ipswich against Spurs. But Sunderland have got some defending to do here. The ball from Neil is back to Patterson. He will knock it long and downfield, and Hull will bring it down with Hughes. He looks to play it forward, and now Crooks has found himself in a bit of space wide on the left-hand side. Gelhardt goes forward, the ball through. Lincoln might get in here, was just held off, and Patterson off his line quickly. Game's starting to open up a bit now, Chris, isn't it? It's getting a little bit more frantic, and I think that might help Sunderland in a way.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I think Hull, they're a little bit sporadic all over the place, aren't they? No real, that organisation's kind of went out the window a little bit just for the fact that, look at Sunderland, you know, they're using the ball well. Oh, I tell you what, there's no need for them to try and take the touch.
Yeah, Rigg has overrun it. simple pass. Right, let's head down to Portman Road then and get team news of Ipswich against Spurs with Ian Danter.
No sign of any gloves here either, Mark, thankfully. Ipswich make 4 changes from the draw against Villa. Tuanzebe suspended. Godfrey in for him. Davis, Philogene and Clark also return. Johnson and Ciso and Townsend drop out. And as for Spurs, 3 changes from the win against Manchester United. Out go Porro, Davis and Maddison. Davis not in the squad. Udogie, Gray and Johnson replace them. Live at Portman Road from 2:30 on Talksport 2. It is Ipswich Town against Tottenham Hotspur.
Cheers, Dan. Look forward to listening to that one on the way home. Sunderland are just off the pace at the moment. Just before we went to dance there, a ball played into Chris Rigg, edge of the 18-yard box. Nobody near him. He miscontrolled it and he went out for a goal kick. It's just not happening. And the annoying thing for the fans here, they can see that Hull are dropping further and further back here. They're there for the taking, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Even Dan Neil there, usually he's on anticipating things on the front foot. He's waiting for the ball to come to him.
Mundle puts in across to the far post, heading back across goal, and he lands on the top of the net. Roberts with a header at the far post. Did well to aim it back towards the goal. He went over, panned up, but over the top. And here come more changes from Regis Labrise. And Chris Rigg is making way here. He's not been anywhere near his best this afternoon. Eliza Mayenda will come into the action for the Black Cats.
Well, like you say, I think you called it. A little shake of the hand there, but Chris Rigg, you can see the shots over the faces. He's walking off. He knows he's not been at it today. And that's what you've got to do. You've got to put on, make the changes, influence the game. Like you say, Hull, you called it, they're getting deeper and deeper. It's down to Sunderland now. They have to improve that decision making. That quality in attacking third has to be lifted.
Yeah. Ball goes forward here for Hull, but they turn it over. Neil wins it back, finds Bellingham, who was pulled back this time by Alzate, and that is a free kick. And I thought there for a second Elliot Mataza was going to kick the ball away. He was on a yellow card, and he just at the last second pulled out of it. Here is Mundle, goes past one, he's brought down by Lincoln. Back-to-back free kicks. This one level with the edge of the penalty area down the left, and Mundle took a knock there. That was pretty cynical from Lincoln, who's getting a talking to, but no card from the referee.
No, again, that's what you want. Mundle getting on the ball, creating those little 1v1 situations. Can he get at end product, get himself into the box, shots away? He's took a sore one there.
Yeah, but this is a set piece, and we mentioned first half, Hull did look vulnerable at set pieces. The problem was Ballard was the one getting the headers. He's gone off the field now, so it's an opportunity here. Sunderland, plenty of bodies in the box. Roberts left-footed is going to swing it in. Again, Hull are trying to hold a really high line here. Ball's going to be delivered into towards the 6-yard box. It's cleared away by Hull. Can they now break? Lincoln has it on his debut. Brings it forward. Looks to play it down the line. It's a great ball. The break is on. It's 4-on-2 here. Big chance. Gelhardt rolls it into the path of Joseph. Shot blocked by Patterson. Falls to the far post. Crooks. Oh, what a finish. Back heels it in, but the flag has gone up to deny him what would have been a truly brilliant finish. It's still 1-0.
Yeah, fantastic, wasn't it? Fantastic bit of quality there. Great break as well, wasn't it? 4v2. Excellent little way to pass from Gelhardt. I've got to say, Patterson done very well. Came out, got his body behind it, got the contact. Defensively, they got back in, but like you say, great little bit of quality, little back heel there. Tight one as well to call offside.
Yeah, I'm wondering where the initial offside flag has come from. We'll try and get a replay. There are no monitors here. We're relying on a delayed feed to get the pictures here. It's still 1-0, but that really was a shot across the bows because it was 4-on-2 and Hull should have made more of that than they did. Ball over the top for Isidore, who's a willing runner, and he might keep it in, but that... Oh, no, he got there, but couldn't keep it in and almost went crashing into the advertising hoardings. It is still 1-0 to Hull. And as we said, it is a very, very slender lead.
Yeah, he's feeding off scraps a little bit, isn't he? Isidore, he stretches the pitch so well, plays on the shoulder, but just the quality from back to front, even when they are going direct, it's been not up to the usual quality.
Pander playing out from the back. How good would that finish have been from Crooks? The back heel to finish it off, but here comes Sunderland again. And Hull have turned it over. Is that obstruction on Crooks?
I think if it's given, I don't think there'll be too many arguments there. Great little bit of quality from the big man as well, put it through the legs of a 9, but in fairness, he couldn't really move out the way.
Here's a cross into the area, headed away well. I've just seen a replay of the goal. I'll tell you what, it was tight. It was Crooks who was offside. If we had had VAR, thankfully we don't. If it had been a thick line, I think he might have been onside.
Yeah.
It was tight, but the official gave it. They only get one look. And the ball now here with Mundle for Sunderland, who are looking to try and force an equaliser here. It's still 2-0 over on Talksport. Everton against Manchester United. Crunching tackle from Coyle. Still 2-0, last I heard, up in Scotland as well. Hibernian 2, Celtic 0. Celtic heroic in midweek in Germany, going out narrowly of the Champions League, but they're back in Scottish Premiership business today, and they're struggling, trailing by 2-0. Here comes Sunderland, crossing towards Isidore's too deep. Coyle made a bit of a mess of the clearance, but just got enough of it to take it away from Mundle, who keeps it in and now heads back towards goal. Sirkin is with him. Mundle denied by Lincoln. Sirkin stands up the cross. Panda underneath it. Good hands from the goalkeeper. That was better from Ivor Pando there. Did really well. Now he goes down. Not entirely sure why. And it remains 1-0 to Hull. It's a frustrating afternoon for Sunderland.
Yeah, they're doing it. They're slowing it down every opportunity. Great hands from the goalkeeper there. I've got to say, Sirkin and Mundle, a lot more joy coming from this left-hand side. Ball's coming into the box. I don't think Isidore can really put too much pressure on Panda there. But like you say, if you're talking about if that's me there, you're going to try and kind of leave one on him a little bit. Just make sure he knows he's in a game. But comfortable hands for the goalkeeper.
Yeah, ball now works forward for Sunderland, and Maenda did really well there. He's won it, and look at him trying to whip the crowd up, because he's won a ball there. He's got no right to win anything out of that challenge, but he put himself about Eliza Maenda, and that means now that Sunderland have got the ball back on halfway.
Yeah, they're completely in control of the second half, Sunderland, isn't it? From a Ruben Sellers point of view, you're expecting the Hull side to step up, but they are playing counter-attack football. They don't need to score again to put all 3 points on the board. They just have to not concede.
Roberts gets the ball into the area, but it was behind Maenda and it's cleared away, but it's not the greatest clearance. And Hume, in fact, Meffam wins the header. O'Nien will have to just go back to Patterson, but he's midway inside his own half, so there's a chance now for get the ball forward again.
But even look, Matt Crooks is going pressing on his own there. He's saying, look, let's get up, and everyone's just staying in their slots. It's so important. That information needs to be coming on from Ruben Sellers. Like when the ball's going back or getting played across, that's an opportunity for that defensive unit to step up and push the midfield line on, the attacking line on, and try and get more of a foothold in the game. Back at the minute, it's just all Sunderland.
25 remaining here. You're live on Talksport 2. Mark Wilson, Chris Uelamo, the former Scotland striker, all on this near side. Faye Carruthers down at Portman Road with Ian Danta, Courtney Sweetman, Kurt. They'll be bringing you Ipswich Spurs to come. All the goals as they're going with Adrian over on Talksport 2. Here's a chance now for Roberts up against Gelhardt. Drives it in. Gelhardt defends it well. That's good work from the attacker, actually. Gelhardt getting him back and doing a good spot of defending.
Yeah, well, you're saying attacker, but he's sitting in that kind of midfield line, isn't he? Really kind of not really being too adventurous. So, yeah, fantastic defending. At the minute, it's just protecting the lead. They're not really posing a threat.
Yeah, I think they're playing a risky game here. Hull getting pushed further and further back. Corner whipped in towards the far post. Good header away at the far post as well. It'll come out for a throw in near side. Going to be a double change, so maybe just a sign that Ruben Sellers has decided he needs to change things up here. João Pedro is about to come on for Kyle Joseph, whose wait for a Hull goal goes on. And Matt Crooks is going to be replaced by Gustavo Puerta.
Well, it just shows you said before that you're looking at the whole side, it's quality there, and it's quality coming on as well, you know, trying to influence the game, maybe pose a little bit more of an attacking threat as well. Pedro does a similar job, comes to feet too much for me. I think, can he stretch the pitch, get in behind? He has that mobility as well.
So João Pedro on for Joseph. How would you assess Kyle Joseph's outing today?
Yeah, he does a job for the team, you know, but at the end of the day, he's very reliant on the service that he gets, and some of the quality and decision making in the attacking third wasn't great. You know, I think even Matt Crooks tried to the little reverse pass to him when he probably should take the shot on himself. But you know, he's a willing runner, works hard. The goal will come, and trust me, it's the first goal's always the hardest one.
Yeah, and there is a delay in play here because there's a Hull player getting treatment on the edge of his own penalty area. So it remains 1-0 here. Still 2-0 to Everton over on Talksport. They lead Manchester United. Goals from Beto and Doucouré, giving David Moyes the lead there, his side the lead there. And apparently Onana has just made a huge save to keep Everton out. So Manchester United on the ropes at the moment. Hibs 2, Celtic 0 up in Scotland. Elsewhere in the Championship, Derby 0, Millwall 0. Plymouth have equalised against Cardiff, 1-1 there. So that a big goal at the bottom end. Tijani cancels out Selek's owner, and Gutes has been sent off for Cardiff as well. So maybe things turning round. It's a big day at the bottom of the Championship, because as it stands, Hull, who were 1 point away from the bottom three, they're going to move up a place above Cardiff. So Cardiff, Derby and Plymouth all in action at the bottom. It is a big day of action. Don't forget all the goals as they go in over on Talksport with Adrian from the Premier League and the EFL as well. It's still 1-0 here, but well, Ruben Sellers has made changes. What can Sunderland rustle up here? We're going in towards the last 20 minutes. There's going to be another change here as well.
Yeah, John Egan.
And it is going to be John Egan who will replace Charlie Hughes, who's making his first start since December, and he's forced out of the action as well.
Yeah, big player. Obviously good to see him back. But John Egan, a player comes in, experience. You know, he'll know exactly. He's been in this situation many a time. But he's an organiser, leader.
What can Sunderland generate? Can they get one goal back here? Well, the ball is on the ground, and Mundell's been told to get on and play. He was hoping for a free kick. He didn't get one. Here's O'Nien, and just to show where Sunderland are at the moment, O'Nien's starting position there, 10 yards inside the Hull half, and he's the central defender. Free kick given away by the visitors Hull. Meffam has it. They're looking for width at the moment. They'll come outside on the left to Mundell. Mundell attacking now, heads off towards the penalty area. Just showed too much of it to Coyle, and this time it is a free kick. And Coyle, well, they're not happy here. The Sunderland players are furious with Coyle. Mundell has stayed down on the ground. It's a free kick, a yard outside the penalty area and about 3 yards out from the goal line.
Yeah, it's surprising though. You think persistent fouling. The Coyle, he's had a few on Mundell as well. Great little bit of skill from Mundell, getting that up against two there through the legs of Coyle. Surprised the yellow card doesn't come out there.
Yeah, well, it didn't. And it is going to be a free kick, and it's another set-piece opportunity here. Can Sunderland rustle up an equaliser? Well, they were leading at Ellen Road with 15 minutes left on Monday, and they managed to lose the game. Can they turn defeat into victory? They'll pull it back to Mundell. Mundell hits it, balloons up in the air. Big cheer from the Hull fans. Ball headed back into the penalty area. Not yet cleared, but the offside flag will save Hull. And more frustration for those in red and white here at the Stadium of Light.
Cannot be offside there. You know, I think, okay, little short free kick. Mundell gets a shot away, it goes up. You know that it's coming straight back in. You have to be switched on there. I think it was Isidore. You have to step up, make sure you're alive to it, so you can just keep it alive and keep the pressure on Hull City.
Still 1-0. Well, I expected goals today, and the first half threatened quite a few of them, but it's not quite developed, has it, since that point on? And it remains that Patterson own goal that's the difference at the moment. It's one of those days where, based on what we've seen, a draw really feels like a poor result for both teams.
Yeah.
And you can't help but feel that might be the result we end up with here, unless Hull can get a second. And here they go now with Lincoln. Looks around for support, and he just undercooked the pass to Puerta. Matazo will pick it up on halfway, and Hull, who do look dangerous. They've not attacked a lot in this second half, but when they do attack, they look like they're going to create opportunities. Lincoln's crossing. Patterson there flaps at that again and claws it away. Maybe he went for the safety first option, but looked like that time he could have caught that one.
I thought he could have took that one comfortably. Maybe there's movement on the ball. There was the
spin, maybe dip. Puts him off. Yeah. Maybe if he hadn't punched one in his own net in the first half, he might well have caught that.
But you're right, as soon as Hull get into these wide situations, how many? There's 4 or 5 players breaking their neck to get in the box, to get in the end of it, whatever comes in.
Well, Sunderland have just cleared the ball up to halfway. There was nobody there to get on the end of it. So more frustration for the home fans here, but there might be a bit of joy now as the ball's given away. Here now is Mayenda. Mayenda shoots and he's missed the target. He gets the ball on the edge of the box, drives towards goal, and he pulls it wide.
Well, it's fantastic from Isidore, putting the pressure on, the little way to pass to Mayenda. He turns away, gets away from his man, but he's stumbling, isn't he? Just trying to stay on his feet. He actually then regains his balance, but then he just snaps at the shot. I think yellow card's coming out, wasting time. Should have happened a few minutes ago as well.
Yeah, Pandor is booked. I think that was inevitable, wasn't it? The ref's been really lenient, but one thing, and fair play to him, he did it in the first half. He said, look, I'm not having any of this time wasted. And he's booked Pandor, and he's done it early, hasn't he? It's not like he's not let it go on too long. He's got on top of it early. There's still plenty of time left here for Sunderland. Sirkin wins the header. Mundell does well on the near side. He went down a little bit too easy though, and Lincoln gets the ball away from him, and the pass from Pedro was a poor one. I like the look of Lincoln. Been playing in Brazil, hasn't he? And he's clearly got plenty of ability. Quite a small, stocky figure, but he's got plenty of skill about him.
Yeah, some nice little touches, isn't it? Way to pass. He's good vision as well, driving forward. Always looks to go forward as well, which is what you want.
Here is Sirkin now. Lays it off for Mundell. Gets it back to Sirkin. Still 1-0 here. Time ticking by. Sunderland's automatic chances took a dent on Monday. They might not be able to take too many more dents, but at the moment, Hull are on top, leading by a goal to 0. Sunderland are threatening, but really haven't overly tested Pandor just yet. Here's Mundell again. He's looked lively since he came on. Neil, nice ball out. Oh, just overhit. I thought it was a nice ball to Sirkin. He couldn't quite take it in. And it's out for a throw in.
Yeah, a little bit too much on it there from Daniel. You can see hands in the hips. He's not happy with himself, but you're right. I think Romain Mundell's come on. He's been lively. He's getting at his players. He's creating space, end product as well. I'd just like him to kind of, he's doing it all on his own. You know, can he go a little bit further? Can he drive into the box?
Well, you are listening to Sunderland against Hull in the EFL Championship live on Talksport 2 with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the app and get rewards points. 18 plus, participate in restaurants, delivery fees and terms apply. See mcdonalds.com for more details. 1-0 Hull lead here, 2-0 Everton lead over on Talksport. In fact, Manchester United, we're hearing, have got a goal back. We'll confirm that in a moment. Maybe a lifeline. It is. Manchester United have got a goal back. It's Everton 2, Manchester United 1. A Fernandes free kick. And now a goal kick here for Hull City. Interesting how long Ivor Pandor opts to take for this goal kick.
He's not rushing either at the minute.
Well, he did go into the book. The second Hull player into the book this afternoon. Are we going to get an equaliser, Chris?
Well, at the minute, you know, I think Hull, they've kind of weathered the storm at the minute. I think the substitutes that Ruben Selles has made has made a positive impact. You know, they've got a little bit more of a foothold in the game. And like you say, picking up second balls, Mataz's been absolutely outstanding, hasn't he, today?
Yeah. Not about an equaliser. I won't be overly surprised if Hull didn't get a second goal. Ball whipped into the area. João Pedro on the prowl, but Luke 9 clears it away. Huma's got to tidy things up down by the goal line. Looking to try and win a goal kick, which he does really well. He'll go and retrieve the ball, not knowing that the ball boy's already done it for him. And Patterson has it back in play. We're approaching the final 10 minutes here. Celtic have got a goal back up at Hibernian. It's 2-1 now. Maeda with a goal there. And still time for Celtic to turn that one around. 2-1 Everton lead Manchester United. 1-0 Hull lead here. Patterson own goal on 18 minutes. Keepers haven't had a great deal to do at either end of the field. For all the attacking endeavours we've seen, we are going to see another change here. I think Regan Slater about to come on for the Tigers as Mayenda heads off down the left touchline. Finds Sirkin, try to pull it back. Why he's not putting that in the box, I'm not sure. He tried to find a pass when there wasn't one on. Good skill there. But just overrunning it, Hull. Puerta dispossessed. Here's Bellingham. Too many of Sunderland's stars haven't shone brightly enough so far. Can they produce a grandstand finish? Can they turn it around? Here now is Roberts heading off into the penalty area. Little check on the edge of the box, works his way out 25 yards out, encouraged to shoot, tries to slide it to Bellingham. It's almost like they're trying to walk it in. They maybe need to have a few more shots, Sunderland. They work it out to Mundle on the left. He puts the cross in towards the box. It's headed upwards in the air. Bit of miscommunication at the back there for Hull, but they eventually clear the lines. Puerta realises he's got nowhere to go. Intelligently brought the ball back. João Pedro couldn't control it, but it's won back by Lincoln, who then falls to the ground. The referee may as well just laughed at him. Said, get up, what on earth are you doing? Play on. And Sunderland do play on, and they do have it. They work it out wide. Here Roberts has got a bit of room. Gelhardt filling in at the back. Ball on the overlap. Ball pulled back, and it's just in front of Mayenda, and it's cleared away. But Sunderland is starting now to find a few more passes around the box.
Yeah, more so Roberts as well. You know, he's skipped past 2-3 players then all of a sudden he's looking for the pass. You know, he's 22 yards from goal essentially. Just let one go. Get a shot away. Ask Pandu a question.
Elliot Matazu is the player that makes way for Regan Slater. So another change here at the Stadium of Light as we tick towards the 80th minute here. So that's 5 changes from Ruben Selles. His work, if you like, on the sideline is done now. He can do no more. It's the 11 that are on the field that will have to see the job out here. Sunderland pushing for an equaliser. And it's one of those where if they could get one, they may well go and get 2. But the first one you feel is going to be the hardest to get. Cross from Sirkin towards the far post. Gelhardt tried to keep it in. He's given possession away. Ball breaks kindly here to Hume. Puts in a lovely looking ball. Bellingham free header. Doesn't get anything on it. Another chance. Isidore, now Bellingham have both missed. From 6-7 yards out, he's got to get a header on that and score, hasn't he?
It's an excellent ball from Hume as well. Bellingham's arriving at the right time, read the flight of the ball. Again, just the contact. Misses it altogether, doesn't it? Or gets the slightest contact on it, but just come through it. You know what the goal is. It doesn't move. Just make sure that you put the... To be fair, the pace was on the cross as well, Mark, so there's no excuse.
Yeah, he's got to do better. But the chances are starting to come. Mayenda pokes the ball out to Roberts, who's got a bit of room to run into. Mayenda peels off down the right-hand side. Great challenge. Really good challenge there. It was John Egan. Hasn't played a lot of football, has he?
No.
Recently, John Egan, and he'll have enjoyed that challenge. But again, another good pick-up for Hull. You look at the signings they've brought in. They've recruited ever so well. Here now is Mundle on the Sunderland left. Gives it to 09, who plays a ball to Meffam that makes his mind up. He has to go forward. Roberts has got time here. No excuse not to put in a good cross. Cuts back edge of the area again. Now feeds it through. Hume into the area. Shot deflected. Pando, did he keep it in? He did.
Yeah, I think Hume there, he's just tried to help it towards goal. I think he's got to try and cut it back, maybe to the penalty spot or straight across. Great little bit of quality from Roberts just to kind of play him in there, the way to pass. Excellent support play from Hume as well. But just, again, that end product, isn't it? He's just tried to help, like, flick it towards goal. It's like, put your foot through it, ask the question, get a shot away, or try and just fire it across the face of goal.
We're hearing that Manchester United have got a leveller over on Talksport. Ogate with a leveller. It's Everton 2, Manchester United 2. If you got the Talksport app, you can swipe left and right between the two stations. You'll not miss any of the sporting drama. All the goals as they're going with Adrian Durham from 2:30. Dance and Courtney Sweetman-Kirk and Faker Others will take you through Ipswich against Spurs, live and exclusive here on Talksport 2. Following this one, where Sunderland are starting to run out of time, but they're at least up in the ante. They're asking a few more questions. Mundle runs into a bit of trouble on the corner of the penalty area, finds Dan Neil. Neil just shovels the ball to Meffam, who'll give it back to Dan Neil. Neil will come back to the near side. Here's Sirkin. Sirkin's touch just didn't allow him to put in a cross first time. Gets it back to Neil here. Hull are just sat deeper and deeper back. Is the equaliser on its way? Ball into the air. Is that penalty? Well, they're appealing. They are screaming for a handball here, Sunderland. Not given. Referee waves it away. Mundell now has it. Left-hand side of the box. Puts in a cross to the far post. It's headed away. Roberts will let it roll out for a throw-in. It is now a siege. They just need an end product, Sunderland.
Yeah, good quality coming in. I think Louis Coyle's kind of just got his block in there. If it does come off the hand, he has made his silhouette bigger as well. The referee's positioned perfectly as well, but it's the player's reaction to it as well.
Yeah, here's a chance to put the cross in from deep. No, they're going to pass it to Dan Neal. He's 35 yards out centre field. He'll fire the ball to Mundell. Mundell now heads off at Coyle. Oh, beautiful step. Can he put the cross in? Coyle got back. That's great defending. Prevents a corner, and it's out for a throw-in. He was done and dusted there, Coyle, and he still blocked it.
It's outstanding, isn't it? You know, like you say, staying on the feet, watching the ball all the time. I think Mundell's done very well coming on, getting at his man.
And here he is now, gets it back to Sirkin. Sirkin did well to squeeze it through to Mundell. He was up against Coyle again, but there are reinforcements for the Tigers, and that's a good challenge there by Alzate, who plays it up the line, but they can't keep it in. Puerta is beaten to it by Neal, who does a nice turn to get him away from Puerta. But Sunderland they've got to test Pandya at some point here. They're running out of time. Oh, I've just seen that penalty shout. It is blatant. Here comes Sunderland. Ball crossed into the box, and it is cleared away and out for a throw-in. But this is blatant from Luke. He's punched it. Well, I mentioned his brother was a boxer. That was a good punch. Ball into the box. Cleared away. Here's Neal. That is a penalty.
It's a poor decision, isn't it? It's a poor decision, because the referee, he's got a clear view of that as well.
His arm's stuck out by his side, and he's hit him on the fist.
It's hand to ball, isn't it?
It is. And the ball out for a throw-in. Well, no doubt Regis Labrise will have plenty to say about that post-match. We'll get reaction from both, but I'm sorry, but that's as clear-cut a penalty as you're going to see this weekend.
I don't think the manager brings it up. I don't think he uses it as an excuse. They've been nowhere near good enough. You know, like you say, they've set the bar, albeit the referee should be getting a decision like that right 100% of the time.
Yeah, they'll be disappointed. Here comes Neal now, forward. Is there a late twist? We've still got 6 left here. Live on Talksport 2, Mark Wilson, Chris Uwelamo here live at the Stadium of Light. Well, the sun continues to shine, but it's Hull who have the points at the moment. A Patterson own goal in the opening 20 minutes. The difference as it stands. Here goes Mundell again. He may well be the one that helps Sunderland back into the game. He's been bright since he came on, but he now needs to find a cross. Lincoln in his way, does whip in a cross. Ball falls on the volley, and I think that sums it up for Sunderland. It's 15 yards wide of the target. The first time shot balloons wide.
Yeah, it's just a reaction one, wasn't it? Good ball in from Mundell. I think he came off on 9, didn't it? But straight at Isidore with pace as well. He's just tried to take it on the full. Never really got the accuracy, albeit he did get the power.
Pandya will take the goal kick. Into the final 5 we go. I'll be interested how much added on time there is here. Ball played forward by Hull. Oh, Bellingham gets in the way. Well, João Pedro there. He's back to goal 30 yards out with no one behind him, and he actually just passed it away from goal. I think if he'd just been a little bit more aware there, he could have had a touch. And as you said, he could have gone forward 10 yards and maybe had a shot himself.
Yeah, it's just awareness, isn't it? He could have not even have a touch at all, just turn and run in behind, because the distance between Mepham and O'Nien, he would have definitely got an opportunity away.
Well, it was a late goal that beat Sunderland on Monday. Can they find a late goal to rescue a point? They'd love all 3, and a point today wouldn't feel enough, but I guess it's anything better than nothing at this stage when you're a goal down at home with just 3 and a bit minutes remaining. Live on Talksport 2. There will be a bit of added on time. Here's Roberts again. Isidore waits in the middle. Ball squared to Hume. Hume shoots. Beaten away Pandya. It falls to Sirkin. Sirkin gets it down to Mundell. 20 yards out from goal. Looks to work it onto his right foot. Neal gets a shout there late on. Managed to get the ball away. Cross comes in from Sirkin. It's a poor one, and Pandya will get it near post. Good save from Pandya. At last, they've tested him out with a save.
Yeah, you know, Trey Hume's got himself into an excellent position there. Again, connection was okay. Not enough power in the shot to really trouble Pandya, but good save all the same.
2-2 Everton, Manchester United. Premier League action to come. Live and exclusive here. Ipswich against Spurs on Talksport 2 this afternoon. We'll be listening to that one on the way home. All the goals as they go in with Adrian Durham over on Talksport from 2:30. Sunderland, time is against them. Elsewhere in the Championship, Plymouth 1, 10-man Cardiff 1, and Derby 0, Millwall 0. So the teams involved at the bottom, as it stands, are all picking up points. O'Nien ambles forward, invites Sirkin forward on the left. Had an opportunity to put the cross in. I just think at times Sunderland, as they do battle, and that might be, it's a goal kick. I think they're trying to walk it in, Chris, aren't they? Just put the cross in the box.
Or take the shot on.
Yeah.
You know, so many times they're in healthy positions centrally as well. Yeah, there's a lot of bodies in front, but there's too many bodies in there trying to tippy-tappy and movement. Sometimes just ask the question, get the shot away, put the cross in, make sure that you're trying to make it a Sunderland contact or winning the second balls. But yeah, they've not done it nowhere near enough.
Well, this could be a massive 3 points for Hull City.
Yeah, huge.
In their battle to avoid the drop. We're into the final minute of the 90. There will be added on time. I'm not sure we'll get the 6 minutes we had in the first half, but there will be time to be added on. So all hope is not lost yet for Sunderland. But they trail by a goal to 0. O'Nien's header finds Neil. Roberts has pretty much got the right side of the field to himself. Oh, his touch is poor. Got lucky there, it broke to Hume. And now Meffam's going to have to go back to his goalkeeper. And that's been the tale of the tape today for Sunderland. Too many miscontrolled, easy passes that they haven't dealt with. It's been an untidy performance, and you just wonder the mental blow of that late loss at Leeds. It does look like a team that's played with a bit of a hangover today.
Definitely. You know, I think I expected a reaction. I thought the manager was saying all the right things. I'm sure he would have delivered that to the players. But for whatever reason, usually they started well first 5-10 minutes, but then they allowed Hull a real foothold in the game and put on the back foot, and then the individual errors.
Here's Neil, great ball to the far post, but Panda comes and collects it. Looked to me like he ran out of play there, Ivor Panda. And we have actually got 6 minutes added on time, so there is still hope here, and there's still work to be done for Hull City, who lead by a goal to 0. The goal, a Patterson own goal on 18 minutes from a Joe Gelhardt whipped in corner. Truth be told, Sunderland have been better second half, but they still haven't really offered a threat. The chance for Isidore and Bellingham, those are the two really that one of them should have scored.
Yeah, but you're looking at Sunderland, especially here at home. You know, this would be the first defeat here as well, isn't it? They're one of the...
Yeah, they are. And now the ball works its way to Mundle. Can they keep that unbeaten home record going? Mundle's cross, he's put it onto the roof of the net. Sheer frustration.
Yeah, again, good quality down the left-hand side from him, getting at his man. But it was, you can see, just disappointed. Stood up too much there. Panda was comfortable. He's got 3-4 Sunderland shots in the box there as well.
You mentioned that great home record. See, they're in danger of losing it here with a whimper.
Yeah.
There might be a late twist. It is the Championship, and if we learnt one thing over the years on Talksport 2, the home of the EFL, is that the Championship often gives you what you least expect. Here comes Sunderland now, ball into the area, and O'Nien was going forward from the back. He goes down, referee's having none of it. And the ball through to Panda in another few seconds, eke off the clock. We're into the, almost completed the second of a minimum 6 added on minutes here. Only once this season have Sunderland failed to score. That was in a 0-0 draw with West Brom back on the 26th of November. They are normally pretty good at home, but pretty good today hasn't been good enough. As the ball now works its way, here's Porter into the edge of the area, shot deflected, takes it wide, corner for Hull, and more valuable seconds eaten off the clock. And once again, I'll say what I said earlier, every time Hull go forward, they look like they're going to score.
Yeah, they go forward in numbers, don't they, with a definite purpose as well. But like you say, I think Sunderland now are just taking probably necessary risks to try and get back in the match. O'Nien stayed up in the attacking area. So what does that do? It creates and leaves spaces in that defensive unit that Hull capitalised on.
Well, Sunderland have left one player forward. You're 1-0 down at home with 3 minutes left. You're facing a corner. Surely you've got to gamble here. Ball played forward. It should be intercepted by Hull. They do pick it up and they look to work it into the edge of the area. A little chest pass forward, and now here could be a chance. Isidore's been wrestled to the ground. That's a free kick, and that'll be a booking for Egan. And that one he's happy to take right on halfway, because Isidore was in danger of getting away from him there.
Yeah, just let's say a little bit of experience. Isidore takes that down and he's driving at the defence. Egan let him have no opportunity at all. Rightfully so, takes a yellow card, but one that he knew he was going to receive.
Free kick right on the centre spot. 3.5 for the 6 have gone. 1-0 Hull lead, live on Talksport 2. Ball floated towards the edge of the box. It comes off Meffam, it's up to away, and the referee's given a free kick. Coyle was fouled. And even it added on time. Sunderland not really landing any gloves on the chin of Hull City, and I think they're seeing this out pretty comfortably at the moment.
Well, yeah, they are. I think there, Pando's, he's on a yellow card, and he's went and claimed the ball, but then he's let it bounce, and then he's spoke to speak to the referee without the ball, so the referee's had to say, you can go get the ball. To be fair, the second yellow should actually come out. He knows exactly what he's doing, but I don't understand why he's doing it. He's on a yellow card.
2 minutes remaining. Still 1-0. Hull lead. An own goal from Patterson, not his finest moment of the season. Bright young goalkeeper.
Oh,
that's a foul from Gelhardt, who's just left one on the shins of Roberts, who has to hobble up, and Patterson will race forward. To be fair, he could probably go forward a bit more with a free kick. He's going to take it about 7 yards short of the halfway line, feeling it's now or never for Sunderland to snatch a point. They were undone in the 96th minute at Ellen Road. Can they land a late blow of their own? Ball, not the best free kick. Bellingham heads it into the box. It's cleared away. Puerto will bring it forward. Finds Gelhardt. Gelhardt skips past one. He's away now. He's got Lincoln with him. Plays him down the right touchline. João Pedro waits in the middle, but I don't think Lincoln's got any interest in going that way yet. He'll lay it back towards Alzate. Shirt sleeves and gloves. He comes forward. He's going to have a shot. Takes a deflection and straight into the arms of Patterson. That could have been it. And this nearly is it now. We're into the final of the 6 added on minutes, and Patterson's in an hour and a suit to throw the ball to.
Yeah, I'm surprised he's not just turned the Hull defence there. The quality that he's got from the ground.
Meffam's long ball is out on the full, and that might just be it. Hull City came here a point away from the drop zone. They're going to leave this afternoon ahead of the 3 o'clock kickoffs in a much healthier state as it stands. Sunderland have dominated second half in terms of possession, but they haven't really tested Pandya. He's not made a serious save that you wouldn't expect him to make. And at the other end, Crooks did produce that wonderful backheel goal that was chalked off by the narrowest of margins. Here goes Hume again. Is there going to be a late twist in the tail at the Stadium of Light? Roberts onto his left foot, kills it, and it's just past the far post, and that is it. Hull City have come here to the Stadium of Light and inflicted a first home defeat in the Championship on Sunderland. It was a backs to the wall second half performance, but crucially Hull got the early goal when Patterson flapped at a Gelhardt corner and it ended up in the back of his net. They could have added a second in the second half, Hull, but they opted to sit deep and defend, and Sunderland didn't find an answer. They didn't find a way to break them down. Is that the end of Sunderland's automatic promotion hopes? Well, time will tell on that one, but it's certainly not been a good week for Regis Labrese's side. Beaten at Ellen Road on Monday night, and they've gone down with a whimper here. This has been a big day for Ruben Selles and the Tigers. A much needed 3 points on their travels. They continue to upset the big guns away from home. Now they need to get their home form back on point, but it's job done for the Tigers. They pick up all 3 points on a disappointing day here on Wearside. Sunderland are beaten finally at home for the first time this season. It ends Sunderland 0, Hull 1.
Wow, that home record beaten by Hull City. Thank you very much, Mark Wilson. Chris, I have to say, the Sunderland fans are going to be so disappointed with the manner of that defeat as well, because they had their chances. They just didn't take them. How damaging could that be?
Yeah, well, like you say, it is. It's massive. They're all must-win games now, aren't they, if they want to keep that automatic promotion fight alive. That's took a massive dent. Now they have to be near perfect now to put any pressure on the pace setters. So yeah, it's a sore one. I expected a reaction, especially here at Stadium of Light, where they've been outstanding. But again, they've got to kind of get back on the bike. They have to keep going. A lot of football still to be played, a lot of points to be won. So it's going to be an interesting one the next game.
Hull City, though, that's an absolutely massive 3 points for them, for sure. And actually, with everything going on at the bottom of the table, because Millwall have just got a late winner, it looks like, in the 95th minute against Derby County, who stayed 23rd, but it's a big point looking like it's coming the way of Plymouth, who move up a place to 22nd. Cardiff obviously drawing 1-1 with Plymouth at the moment. It's so tight down the bottom there that those 3 points could be vital for Hull.
Yeah, massive, but it's the performance as well. Very, very good, nice on the eye as well. You can see the tactical side, the confidence away from home. They need to take this form in. I think Mark said in his commentary that they don't play with this same vigour at home. Well, I'd set them up the exact same way, because everyone knew the responsibilities, and every time they went into the attacking third, they looked like they were gonna score. They were a real threat, but they managed the game in the second half.
Yeah, they did. They certainly did. Sorry, I'm trying to keep an eye on all the other results coming in. Such massive amounts of added time going in everywhere. I couldn't believe the amount of added time we had in the first half of the Sunderland Hull game, that actually the other two championship games have ended up going even deeper into added time. Just waiting for the full times there before I let you go, Chris. And there is another chance, actually. 101 minutes on the clock down at Home Park between Plymouth and Cardiff. Massive game there. But in terms of Sunderland and what they do going forward, they've got Sheffield Wednesday, haven't they, on Friday night, live on Talksport 2, exclusively with Talksport 2 as well. They can't let their heads drop. It feels as if the playoff spots are secure for them. They've got so many points on the board already, but they've got to keep pushing. Yeah,
exactly that. That is the safety net. I still feel that they won't talk about that. It's all about just basically getting back to winning ways. But you look at Danny Rowell's Sheffield Wednesday as well. They're still very much in the playoff hunt as well. That defeat last night would have gave them a little bit of a blow. But they need to get back to winning ways at home as well. Their home form's not been great, so it's good. It's all game on. This is what the Championship delivers, game in, game out.
I know.
So we shouldn't be surprised.
It is an absolute delight, as has been your commentary today, so thank you very much for that. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. I will speak to you very soon, no doubt. Wonderful commentary there from Mark Wilson and Chris Owellamo up at the Stadium of Light, just watching the delighted faces of the Hull City players celebrating that huge win over Sunderland and their boost in their hopes for survival.